Good evening, welcome to Fantastic Dimensions. This is session 2 of our Ravenloft campaign, playing in Lamentations of the Flame Princess. So, a couple of weeks ago, we did our first session. You guys received a letter, reportedly from the Burgomaster of the village of Barovia, beseeching your help with his ailing daughter. It was delivered to you by a man in very colorful clothing who didn't really spend the time to say anything else to you. He pretty much delivered the letter and left. That did not stop Peace Mayweather from trying to tickle his brain a little bit and read his thoughts with a little ESP or something like that. But she was unable to really draw much from him. He seemed to have almost like a protected mind, as if he was expecting exactly some such attempt to probe his thoughts. You guys spent the evening in the tavern, and then the next morning, you guys broke your fast and set your way down the road on the way towards Barovia, walking through the was it the Vaslich Road woods or something like that?
Slavic.
Yeah. Slavich.
Slavich.
Right, Slavich Forest. That's right. On your way there, you were beset upon by 5 rather large wolves, which I will just simply refer to as warg wolves from now on, because that's what they're named in the adventure module itself. You had a kind of a drawn-out battle with them, but nobody was too seriously hurt, and you were able to dispatch the wolves and carry on, at which point you came across the gate to Barovia. It was really just a metal gate spanning across this road with the 2 big stone buttresses on each side at the edge of the tree lines. And the gates strangely opened up on their own as you approached and then closed by themselves once you had entered. You carried on anyway, and after going, I don't know, another 12 or 1,400 feet or so, you arrived at the very depressed and very empty-looking village of Barovia itself. Most of the houses seem to have been abandoned. All of the houses, well, nearly all of the houses seem to be fortified with windows boarded up from the insides, tightly drawn curtains. Didn't see very much light or see much sound coming from any of them. You made your way to the town center, where you found a tavern. You also heard some crying from within the village, and you decided to go and investigate that, finding a house kind of in the southwest side of the village itself. In fact, I forgot to tell you guys, I do have something cool for you here. Maybe you'll appreciate, maybe, if it will work for me. There we go. There you go. There's the village of Barovia. So you did go and investigate that sound, which was coming from one of the houses there on kind of the west side and the southwest side. That's southwest street. But you were, or sorry, it's on the east side of that southwest road. You were unable to gain entry, though. It was obviously barricaded from inside. I do believe Miklos attempted to try to pick one of the locks, but didn't have much luck with it. So you guys decided to kind of abandon it and head back to the tavern and ask some questions there. In the tavern, there was a mysterious stranger in the corner, of course, like every great fantasy game tavern. And there was a few gypsies there also drinking near the door. And a very strange bartender who didn't really seem interested in conversation. He would serve drinks and talk about the drinks, and talk about the money for the drinks, and that seemed to be about all you could get out of him. However, the gypsies and then also the stranger who eventually introduced himself as I forgot his name again. Ismark, right? Ismark Indrirovich, the Burgomaster's son. They kind of informed you a little bit of what was going on here in Barovia, that there was a creature known as the Devil Strahd that seemed to be dead but not dead at the same time. They called it a vampire. And he had been ruling over this land for several centuries, at least 400 years. Nobody could leave, they told you. Anyone who attempted to would find that they could not leave this cursed land. And it was said that nobody would ever be able to leave Barovia unless the Devil Strahd was dealt with. Ismark brought you over anyway towards to his table and talked to you in more confidence, informed you that his father, the Burgomaster, was actually dead, He looked at the letter. I forgot to mention you did find another letter on the road in the hands of a dead messenger that actually was also signed supposedly by the Burgomaster, although it was written in a different hand. And it was a warning not to come to Barovia, to wait until after everyone had dead and the curse was lifted from the land, and then to come back and loot the place. Looking at the two letters, Ismark was able to tell you that the letter of warning was indeed the only letter that his father had sent out, and that the other letter was not in his father's hand. He told you that the mansion in which he lives with his sister and previously his father before his death is beset upon almost nightly by creatures, which he believes were sent by Strahd to try and take his sister. He said that the vampire seems to have a strange fascination with his sister. He's not exactly sure what that was about. He did also mention that she has been bitten by the vampire at least twice, and that she's not been well. And then he invited you to come and stay with him at the mansion so you could speak with his sister and perhaps even help him defend the home if the creatures were to come again this night. Did I miss anything important there?
I don't think so.
I think that covers all the main bullet points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, you forgot it was my birthday.
oh, of course, yes. And it was Torgal's birthday. That's why Session 1 is named Happy Birthday, Torgal. And it is still your birthday because it is
Correct.
not even evening yet. We said, I think it was what, about 4
156.
Hmm? Oh, yeah, 156 years old. That's right. I think it's around between 4 and 5 p.m. when you're heading to the Burgomaster's home with Ismark. So that is where we will pick up again. He also said, I think he said he did have stables with plenty of space for you to keep your animals, your cart and your wagon. Yeah, because you do, of course, have a wagon driven by Steve that's pulled by 2 mules, and Alistair, the cleric who can't be with us tonight, had a cart that's being drawn by a riding horse and driven by his manservant Arthur and his 3 dogs. So yeah, the Burgomaster extended his hospitality to all of you and your animals. And yeah, so we will pick up there as you're going to his house.
Not the Burgomaster, Ismark, his son.
Sorry, yes. Well, the Burgomaster's dead, so I mean,
I
it
guess-
could be argued that maybe he's the Burgomaster inherent. You're right, though.
Correct.
Technicalities, you are dead correct. So, as you head down that southwest road there, heading south to where the Burgomaster's home is there at the end of the road, you can see the nice big house there. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings crazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trodden under to form a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black blottings tell of the fires that have assailed the walls. Not a pane nor shard of glass stands in any window. All of the windows are barred with heavy planking, each plank marked with stains of evil omen.
Do these beasts ever come during the day or only after dark?
No, they always come at night.
And how long is it until nightfall? He says, looking at the horizon and
About an hour
trying
and a
to judge
half.
it.
It's not a lot of time to do any preparations.
No. Is there a church in this village?
There is a
He
church in
says.
the village, in fact, yes. If you head back north along this road, across the town square, and then take the road northwest from there, it'll lead you right to the church.
Excuse me a minute. I will just pay a visit. I'll be back in half an hour.
And Alistair says, I better go with you. You shouldn't go alone. I'm a man of God.
If you must.
Hey, he says. And he tells Arthur to take the cart and the dogs with him and back to the house with you and to get them all set up. So it'll be less work tidying away the animals before dark, before nightfall. In fact, yeah, that's it. Yep, he'll stay on his horse. Okay, so there we go. 2 minutes in, and we have already split the party. So, I guess we'll go with you first, Peace, since you want to go to the church before I go back to the others arriving at the mansion. So, Alistair will just kind of ride along beside you slowly.
She goes up to the church. I haven't got much to do. Just wants to look inside it. Is it
Sure.
possible to get inside?
Well, let me give you the description as you arrive to the church. So, yeah, atop a slight rise against the very roots of the castle's pillar stone stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. The bell tower hangs to one side, its sweet tone long silenced. Flickering light shines through holes burned through the roof shingles. The rafters strain feebly against their load. As you approach the big double doors, you can give them a little bit of a push, and you will see that they do indeed open. They are not currently barred or locked. Inside, the interior is quite a shambles, overturned and broken benches littering the dusty floor. However, at a claw-scarred altar toward the far end, you see a priest standing there, praying and chanting. His voice is hoarse and weak.
This church looks like it's in need of repair.
He says this entire village is in need of repair. You are new here. He says, I have not seen you before. What brings you to this cursed land?
Can you guess?
No doubt. Wandering along the road, found yourselves here, and now are unable to leave?
We received a message
Oh,
calling us to come and aid this village in the name of the Burgomaster. It appears that it was a false message. Has this happened before?
you're the first one to tell me of this sort of a tale, but I can't say that it hasn't happened before. Many adventurers have strayed into Barovia. They never last long.
And what do you... No. And what do you know of this demon Strahd? She's watching him closely to see how he reacts.
He is an abomination, a foulness, an offense to God. They call him a vampire, but I think you're more accurate with your description of demon. Perhaps even a devil. Yes, they call him that too, the Devil Strahd. It's well known from times long before my birth that he has ruled this land for centuries.
And has he bothered you here in the church and this hallowed ground? She says, looking at the overgrown and sort of dilapidated, ruined church.
I bar the
sort of
door.
sneer.
I bar the door at dusk. The time approaches soon, in fact. I do my prayers and wards every night to try to keep this place clean and sacred. Well, I failed in the prior, but perhaps so far I have succeeded in the latter.
They've knocked on the doors and windows, but have they ever come in here?
Not in my time, no. But I am not the first, and I hope I will not be the last priest to safeguard this place. There have been long periods in the past where no priest protected this place, and foul things came and went as they pleased. You can see from the state of things what they have done to the place. I came here as well as a traveler, like you. I was not born here. But I have been here, must be a decade at least now.
I guess you have tried to leave.
I have tried to leave. Have you not?
We only arrived today. It would surely be rude to leave on the day that I arrived without even attempting to solve the problems.
Well, we're not a futile effort. I would advise you to leave immediately. However, you would get nowhere. The mists, they keep us here. Doesn't matter which direction you go, I've tried them all. You walk into the mists, and as soon as you start to see them fading ahead of you, you find yourself back here.
She looks around. Is there any sort of sign of blood on the floor? Or I mean, it's obviously a mess, but
There's some old stains, yeah.
Hmm.
Nothing fresh.
I have heard that holy places offer sanctuary to people in need, but I don't know whether this place will have the enchantment on it or not, or whether the enchantment is real. I am not very knowledgeable about these things.
Sadly, the people of Barovia lost their faith in God long before my arrival. I have not been able to win them over enough to get any of them to seek sanctuary here. They prefer to board themselves up in their own homes and protect themselves, it seems. Nonetheless, God's will must be done. As I am the only priest in this town, I will protect this place. I will stay here. You, he looks at Alistair, he says, you seem to be a man of God as well. And Alistair nods and introduces himself. Perhaps you would stay and help me. I get little sleep at night. I must keep the prayers up all night long, you see. Alistair looks at peace. He says, I don't know. What do you think? This is the only church here. I'd hate to see it become tainted or befouled.
Well, it's already quite foul. You could certainly do something about that, she says, pointing at all the mess. But I haven't. But in my experience, men are not very good at unbefouling things.
The other priest says, yes, I'm sorry about the mess, but I find I have very little time to try and actually do any labor around here. I'm constantly praying and seeking the light of the Lord, and when I can during the day, I sleep.
I'm sure that's really occupies all your time. Do the necessaries, she says with a disapproving frown. But I must be going. And she says, excuse me, and just starts pacing 1, 2, 3, and pacing her way back down to the Burgomaster's house.
Alistair will say, tell the others that I will stay here tonight.
I will, Alistair. God be with you.
Would you take... I can't remember the name of his horse.
I don't think he named it.
Okay, maybe he didn't. He probably did, knowing us, but that's good. Would you take my horse back, please? Stable it at the Burgomaster's, keep it safe.
He might not
Yes,
have
yes,
shared
of
it.
I will see you in the morning.
Well, God willing.
I will zip back to the others then. So Ismark walks up to the door first, and he knocks on the door, and a kind of a light, almost weak voice calls out from the other side, "Who goes there?" He says, "It's me, Ismark. Open the door, Arena. I have guests who will stay with us and help us guard the house this night." and you hear some noises as the big bar is being slid off the door, and the locks are being turned and bolted over, and the door opens, and you see a young, mild-looking woman. Ooh, actually, I keep forgetting. I forgot all about my presentations last session. Here she is. She opens the door. She looks relieved to see her brother, Ismark. And she looks at all of you and says, "So many. Please, all come in. We must start preparing to barricade the house again." So
Until
Ismark goes,
top lady, your house is truly a thing of beauty. We shall protect it.
you guys are all assailed by a really foul odor. Actually, you probably could smell it even once the door opened, but once you walk inside, it like smacks you in the face. It's the rotten, sweet smell of a long dead body.
Oh, what is? That smells. Hold on, and Ada goes outside to stop dry heaving for a moment.
And Ismark says, "Yes, that would be father. He's a rather large man, I'm afraid, and I haven't been able to get anyone from the town to help me remove the body."
Yeah. Dwarves are renowned for being able to carry heavy burdens. I'll help you take care of that first thing in the morning.
Thank you. I would appreciate that. Irina says, "Yes, poor father. His heart just couldn't bear the constant assaults. He died, nearly 10 days ago now." It's been pretty quiet since then, but we must not let our guards down.
It's not a good idea to keep a dead body inside. Should be removed. But like she's standing at the door and like the smell, and she's just like.
He says, "I won't leave him outside for the wolves to take. And it's too late now for us to take him to the cemetery and bury him."
Do you have a cellar?
Yes, we do.
Why don't we take him down to the cellar?
Very well.
At the very least, I suppose I could.
You can help as well, then, he says. It'll probably take at least 3 of us.
Sure, but I have some incense that might help with the smell.
Thank you very much, my lady. You can tend to that while these 2 gentlemen help me carry father down to the cellar.
Edith looks relieved that she wasn't asked to help, but
I don't know what's wrong with her nose. I don't smell anything bad.
As like he has this string of garlic around his neck that he always carries.
He says, "Well, I guess you are the lucky one then, dwarf. Come
Indeed.
on. He's over here." He takes you over to a kind of a side room here in the house. It's where is it here? I can't remember the name of the room, but yeah, it's in a little side room there off the side of the hall. You open the door and it's a drawing room. There it is. I found it finally. So the interior of the house anyway seems to be pretty well furnished, but the fixtures do show signs of considerable wear. There are oddities, that are noticeable immediately, of course, are the boarded up windows and a very heavy overuse of holy symbols in every single room you go into. The Burgomaster, whatever, is lying on the floor here in this drawing room. It's quite dark, even though there's a few candles burning in his honor nearby. And the stench is even worse in this room, of course, than it is through the rest of the house. Oh, the stench has permeated in the entire house. But and he's quite a large man. He looks like he probably weighs close to 500 pounds.
And Cuthbert he pulls his kerchief to his face, pulls his collar up a little more. He's like, "Dear God, Torgal, can you not smell that?"
I don't know what you're talking about, my boy.
And I put my heavy crossbow and shield to the side and get closer to this large dead man. I want to give him a cursory look, see if he has any wounds or something.
No, yeah. If you look him over, you don't see any wounds at all. His skin at this point in time, of course, is rotting and is quite pale. He stinks, but no, you don't see any no lacerations or cuts or even any bruising on him.
Azoigatus. Cutbreath, help him with this man.
Yeah, dear God. And Cuthbert walks over and starts to position himself to carry this guy out of here.
Sure. I'd like you guys to give me strength rolls, please.
Oh Christ.
Right on the money.
Yeah, over by 3.
Yep. So you're all able to lift him carefully, and at one point where I'll say that Torgal has taken the legs, and you and Ismark are each taking one of the arms, Cuthbert.
No, I failed mine by 3.
Oh, you failed yours by 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, as you do so, you hear kind of a tearing sound, and his shirt kind of tears, and like ichor and even like a little bit of blood drains out from where it's opened up as a part of his arm almost rips off, and you drop him to the ground heavily, and the smell gets worse, considerably worse. I'd like you two that are in the room, they're trying to move the body, to give me some poison saves, please.
Fail.
So I have to get over the number, right?
Equal to or over, yeah.
Yeah, I succeed.
Okay, so you like you're closest to it. You heard the tearing of the flesh end of the clothing as his arm nearly came off completely, and you drop him to the ground, and the stench just wafts over you, even stronger than before. And you're gonna get sick from that, Cuthbert. You're gonna start vomiting.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of drop the arm on the ground and just kind of start vomiting on my hands and knees in the corner.
Edith and Ada, and okay, Miklos has dropped out of the call. Actually, Miklos is lucky he didn't get roped into this as well. He's going to when he gets back. You guys hear the thud in the drawing room, and you also hear the sounds of Cuthbert getting sick, losing his lunch.
Don't worry, Cuthbert. It always happens on my birthday that somebody throws up.
Yes, but I imagine that it would be from too much drink, not an arm ripping off.
The day isn't over yet. You can have some drink later. Now pick him up again.
Perhaps we should get your other friend to help as well. We can each take a limb. Actually, you might not want to take that arm now, Cuthbert. You might want to try to reach underneath the body and under his head.
That could only end up well.
Indeed.
Ismark, it seems to me your father led a very full life.
And Cuthbert pokes his head out and says, "Miklos."
So I think you dropped from the call there, Chicks. But while you were standing in the hall with the two ladies, you heard a thudding sound inside the drawing room, and then you heard the sounds of Cuthbert getting sick before he stuck his head out the door and called for you.
Yeah, so with a small little laugh to himself, he'll head towards his incompetent party members. Or party member. And attempt to give them a hand.
Sure. Okay, so Miklos, you can take one of the legs along with Torgal on the other leg, and Cuthbert, you got to put your arm under the body and head, basically, since you nearly ripped the left arm off the last time you tried to lift him. And you guys, the four of you now, I won't require any more rolls. You'll be able to pick him up and start to move him, and you can take him over to the door that opens and leads down some stairs to the cellar, and make your way down to the cellar very carefully, carrying this 500-pound dead man who just stinks and smells. Go ahead, though, and give me what would be a dexterity-related save in the closest thing to a dex save in Lamentations. I suppose it'd be
Paralyzed?
yeah. Give me a paralysis save there, Cuthbert. I'm picking on you now since you
right
dropped the
on the-
Burgomaster.
Right on the money.
Okay, you managed to do it with getting very minimal amounts of blood and gore on you.
But yeah, whenever they like pass through the hallway, Ada would like go into like the room where the Burgomaster's body was, and like holding her breath, and like open up a window and start like fanning the smell of death out.
You can't open up the window because the window is all barred and boarded.
And don't
Well,
forget
then-
about the arm that's in there.
Oh no, you still have the arm. It's just
Yeah.
mostly ripped off.
Well, then she is doing that, but she's wafting it towards the open front door. Then
That's cool. Yeah, you can leave the door open. Well, Irina will say, "What are you doing? You can't open the door. Leave the bar on it."
just to get the smell out. It's just
But what if Strahd comes?
the sun is still up. We'll have it.
What if he sends some of his minions?
Are they invisible?
Well, I don't think so. No.
Well, then I can stand here and get some of the smell out, and then we can close the door whenever it's gone. Just help me. If we do it faster, then we can close the door sooner.
Oh, okay. I'll keep a lookout then. Will you stay with me? She says to Edith.
Yeah, I'll stay with you. You'll get used to the stench after a while, though. Ada, just close the door.
Irina will beam at that and say, yes, I barely even notice it now.
Fine. And she'll like close and bar the door, and going to like cover her face with like the cuff of her sleeve until she gets nose blind.
Mm-hmm. Give me a paralysis save when you walk into the drawing room.
Okay. Which dice? I want to go above on saves, right?
Yeah. It is quite dark. There's just a few candles there burning on the drawing room table.
Then I'm not going to use that dice. Okay, I'm good. 16.
Okay, yeah. You managed to sidestep around the little pool of blood and gore on the floor where they dropped the body earlier, and not slip in it.
Good.
You can light your incense and
Cover up the vomit with something as well.
oh, I can get I think I have some cloths left in the kitchen. I'll go get some and bring them. Irina will say. Will you come with me? She says to Edith.
Oh, all right.
You look very strong. You must be a warrior.
I can swing an axe.
Good, good.
Is there something in the house we should be worried about?
Not yet.
That's not comforting. What do you mean, not yet?
Well, they assault the house frequently. Although they haven't attacked since Father died. But they'll be coming any day now. You never know.
Have they gotten into the house?
Not yet.
Keep saying that word yet.
Well,
Right.
you can see the fortifications we've put up. I don't imagine they could get through the bars, but they still try, so I don't know. I don't know. It's better safe than sorry, though. That's what Father always said.
True. We'll probably have to locate a place for us to set up for the evening, for the night.
Indeed.
Probably get those cloths.
About this time, Peace, you can... did you go straight back towards the Burgomaster's mansion, or were you going somewhere else?
Yes.
Way?
No,
Okay.
it's going back towards the Burgomaster's.
So you'll arrive at the mansion, see it as I described. Did you heard all that earlier? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
There'll be some knocking on the door.
Yep. Irina looks at you as you're in the kitchen and she's just gathering some cloths. She looks at you and says, "Who could that be? Are you expecting someone?"
Peace's voice comes. Peace's voice comes. It's me. Can you let me in?
Yeah, that's just Peace. She's with us.
It could be a trick.
Ada's already at the door opening it.
Oh, is that the door? Oh my God, no! And she starts running towards the, running back. She drops the cloths right there and starts running back towards the hall and down the hall towards Ada as Ada's lifted the bar off and setting it on the ground. No, don't open it. It could be a trick.
We know her.
Terrible smell in here.
See, a trick wouldn't be able to have a sense of smell, Ada says quite assuredly and opens the door up for you.
Logic.
I don't know if that's how that works or not, but okay.
And Irina reaches up and grabs a longsword off of a mount on the wall and brandishes it in Peace's direction and says, "How do you know this is your friend? You arrived here with my brother and I trust him, but how can you know it's her? You must test her."
Peace, tell us something that only you would know.
And I'll give you a good recipe for mushroom stew.
Yeah, that's her.
Take some wild garlic, some mushrooms, freshly cut, etc.
She looks at you suspiciously and she kind of lowers the longsword.
Oh, I know. I've got the perfect thing. Peace, you gave me something yesterday, and I know you have or not yesterday, earlier today. I know you have extras. You show us?
Well, she gets out a tooth, a wolf's tooth. Yours was the only one I managed to decorate. I didn't have time to decorate any of the others, but she shows you the dire wolf tooth.
See?
Oh, you killed some of the wolves.
I got one.
Well, very good. Please come in quickly. We must bar the door. It'll be dark soon.
There's an awful smell in here.
Yes, that's Father. Sorry. Your friends are putting him in the cellar as we speak.
I was about to light some incense, Peace, to help get rid of some of the smell.
Good idea. I'll see what I can do. Find in the kitchen, and I've got some herbs. We can try and get rid of some of the smell. And she'll go around being housewifely, trying to cover the smell. Incense will be the best thing, though, if you've got that, Ada.
I do.
Excellent. Torgal, would you mind? Would you mind if I take a clove or two? She says, spotting his garlic.
Yeah, you guys could be coming back up from the cellar by now.
No problem. I got plenty. It's good for you.
Yes, I think everybody should take a little. Smelling of garlic is not as bad as smelling dead bodies, she says, crunching down a clove and offering it round.
Put a whole one in your mouth raw and you just chew on it first thing in the morning. Makes you strong and tough.
I've no desire to be as strong and tough as you, Torgo.
Now we all have our strong points. Different sorts make a world, they say.
Well, come. We shouldn't just stand about here in the kitchen talking. Here are the cloths you were looking for. I didn't get your name, lady.
Mine is Peace. My name is Peace. Peace Mayweather. And you, my dear?
I'm Irina Indrovich.
Well, very nice to make your acquaintance. Got some fresh bread from the last village we were in. I'll cook up a stew.
You've already met my brother as well?
Yeah. Is Mark?
He nods.
So, have we got the defenses up?
Well, I suppose we can always we try to check them every night. Perhaps you can help. You, she points at Miklos, and you, she points at Cuthbert, and she looks at Torgal and says, "No, you're too short. Maybe you can help Peace in the kitchen."
I'll have you know, lady, I know quite a bit about stone, brick, and wood.
Well, okay. Then you
I
can inspect.
Spot the weak spots in a house better than anybody here.
Very well. You can inspect the rooms and tell us if anything is lacking.
Will do.
And she says, "Oh, well, I suppose." She looks at Edith. She says, "Would you like to help me set the table?"
Sure.
It's been a long time since we've had this many guests. It's been a long time since we've had any guests, really.
All right, you'll have to help me remember where stuff goes.
Oh, I can show you that. Don't worry. The silverware and extra plates are over here, and she takes you off to gather plates and cutlery and glasses to set out on the table. She says, "Well, at least I know we have plenty of wine."
Edith, wouldn't you be better off? You have experience in defending places. Wouldn't you be better off going and running your eye over the ways in with the dwarves and the other men? I'm sure we can manage to set the table on our own.
I mean, if you insist. I mean, I can definitely. And she's already like putting the stuff down and like trying to like get out of there as quickly as possible.
Nice. Oh, okay. Well, I'll stay here with you then, Peace, and I'll help you, and you can help me set the table.
Fine.
So Ismark will also go around with you, Torgal, as you're doing your inspection, because he's the man of the house and he wants to be involved in any kind of.
So I'd like to, as I'm taking a look, I'd like to see like if I can find out all the obvious ways that one could come in and out of the house, even if it's not on the ground floor. And I would also check the cellar, and I would also like to look to see if there's any like secret doors or things like that.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Where do you want to start? In the cellar?
Yeah, start in the cellar and then work my way up.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an architecture roll.
This is the one time I roll a 6, so that's a fail.
It looks like good stone. it must be human, but it seems to be really really premium work for humans anyway. The cellar definitely looks secure. You don't think there's anything burrowing through these stone walls. There's lots of wine down here.
So no ways in or out of the cellar
And it
besides
stinks,
the
of course,
front
now
door.
because the Burgomaster's down.
Right.
In no ways what?
No ways in and out of the cellar besides
Nope.
the way we came in.
Just the one door. There's a door at the top of the stairs that opens out into the kitchen, actually.
Right. So I make a mental note of the wine and come up and check the ground floor.
Go ahead and give me another architecture roll for the rest of the house.
This time is a success with 5.
So the weaknesses are, of course, I mean, basically, there are bars on the other sides of these boards, but the boards themselves, I mean, they're just boards and they're held in place with nails. So anything that's strong enough to remove a nail or break through a board could possibly break through. However, you think the bars are close enough together, they should keep any of those big wolves out, you reckon, because those wolves were quite large. You wouldn't be able to crawl through them, and you don't think even the smallest, who's the smallest of your party, probably Ada, you don't think Ada would be able to fit between these bars to crawl in or out.
Is there any damage to the boards that's visible from the inside?
No, actually, they're all pretty fresh. There are discarded boards you see lying around in different rooms on the floor and stuff that were obviously cracked from outside. Have claw marks all over them, things of that sort. And Ismark would tell you, yeah, those. Whenever the creatures assail one particular place for long enough, I replace the boards to prevent any weakening.
Are there any?
They haven't been here they haven't been here since Father died. So,
Are there any other floors to the house?
yeah, there's the bedrooms upstairs.
So I'd like to check those, and I'd like to see if there's also discarded boards with marks on those that are not at ground level.
Okay. No, they're not. Actually, the upstairs is boarded up similarly, but you don't see the discarded boards and things of that sort. So it doesn't seem like anything's been assailing the second floor of the house. The windows seem pretty secure, so you think probably the biggest weakness would be if anything were to either come through the doors, and there are front and back doors, or if anything were to try to come through the walls themselves, I suppose. Although the walls, no, let me take a look at something here. The walls are probably stone as well. So yeah, the biggest weakness would be the doors.
At night, I think we should move some of the furniture in front of the doors, front and back. Otherwise, the house looks pretty sturdy. We should still keep a watch, though.
Probably the biggest and heaviest pieces.
Very well. Says I will take your advice on that. If you want to help me do that, we can start moving things.
Right.
And as you're doing so first Peace and Irina, you set the table. There are, let me see here now. Arthur, Steve, 6 of you. That makes 8, plus 2 of them. So you have 10 people to set the table for. It's big enough, and there's plenty of dishes. What did you want to say, Corinne?
I was just going to ask, can you remind us the letters that we found? Did both of them mentioned Irina? But I need a quick refresher, what they both said. One said that she was. Didn't one say that she was beset by something?
So the first letter you read said, "The love of my life, Irina Koliana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that even the good people of our town cannot protect her. She languishes from her wound, and I would have her saved from this menace." The second letter you found, the one you found in the woods, said, "My adopted daughter, the fair Irina, has been these past nights bitten by a creature calling its race vampire. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. Yet I fear, too, that the creature has some more cunning plan in mind. He has become too powerful to be fought any longer.
Okay, so like while all of the strong folk were off, barricading and being all manly or whatever, Ada would have been like watching Arena to see if she gets a sense of any type of unholy affliction besetting her.
Okay. Do you have any kind of spells you're planning to cast or anything of that sort, or?
I have something prepared because of said letters referencing that stuff. So I have remove curse prepared. I'm wanting to see if I feel like she's under any sort of influence that would help.
Mm-hmm. Well, you do see. Actually, let me pull up her image again. I wonder if it's even represented in the image. Probably not, of course, but that would be my luck. Yeah, you actually would occasionally get a notice of some marks on her neck underneath every once in a while when her kind of cape, cowl kind of thing moves. You can see she's got some kind of a wound there. But she seems to be acting relatively normally. I mean, she's maybe a little bit nervous and scared, but...
Okay. But yeah, I guess like while Ada and Peace are setting the table, or not Ada and Peace, Arena and Peace are setting the table and everything, Ada's just kind of standing back and like watching Arena, and so she'll just kind of be like, "So, are you feeling all right? The letters that letter from your." Not your father, but your father. He mentioned that you were...
What? What do you mean? Not my father.
It said... The letter said that you were adopted.
What? She says, and her eyes go wide.
Did you... Oh, you didn't know. And Ada just kind of like blushes furiously and looks like incredibly embarrassed.
What does she mean, Peace? What is she talking about?
You know your father better than we do. All we have to base your relationship on is some letters we came across. Here, let's get them out so you can see them. Probably just some mistake or maybe a misreading. Have you got the letters, Ada?
I think Alistair has them.
Oh, he would have.
Who's Alistair?
He's a priest. He's at the chapel tonight.
Oh, he went to see to see Father Donovich.
Yes, he's with Father Donovich, and
That's good. I worry about him. He's always alone there in that church. Ismark won't let me visit him any longer.
Why is that?
He says it's too dangerous for me to leave the house.
And yet he's willing to go up to the tavern on his own and leave you alone here on your own.
He says he has business to attend to in town, but that I'm safer here. He has
Everybody needs to eat, but these men who think they know better. What do you think of it, Ivana? Irena, are you happy to be left here, or would you rather go with your brother?
I don't know. I don't know if it's safe anymore. Doesn't feel right. Not now that Father has passed.
How did you get those wounds on your neck?
Wounds, and she reaches up and feels around. Goes, oh, what is this? She says, I can't see it. What does it look like to you? And she kind of moves her cowl, and you can see 2 holes in her neck, bite wounds, vampire bite wounds, to spare.
It looks like you've been
trying to describe.
Looks like your neck has been punctured, and
what?
You've probably lost a fair bit of blood.
And they are closed up and kind of healing, but they don't look infected, but they do still look sore.
With this nasty smell around,
says I don't
these
remember
things
that.
can catch an evil. an evil odor.
It must
Here,
have
let
happened
me
while I was sleeping.
let me rub some garlic on them. That's a disinfectant, she says,
Oh,
smearing some garlic on the wound.
okay.
On the
And you guys continue on. You can
but hopefully I've distracted her now from being adopted, and she doesn't seem to have much concentration. This Elena.
Yeah, she's been under a lot of stress lately.
Easily distracted.
She's been under a lot of pressure lately. You could return to cooking dinner, or?
Yes, when I'll set her some task. Yeah, I'll set her chopping some vegetables, and I'll be close to Ada at one stage. What do you think? What do you think of her? What do you think she's under some sort of? She's acting a little strangely, but everybody is in this village.
Yes, it just doesn't at all seem like how the letter described her. It said that the one that we know was her, the Burgomaster, said that she was languishing.
I wouldn't describe this as languishing. She looks distracted, but actually quite healthy.
So I had, because of the letters, I had, prayed and prepared some things, but I'm not sure if it would. She doesn't seem like she needs it, really. But maybe that in itself is worrying.
It's a mystery. We should keep an eye on her. But I'm certainly planning on sleeping tonight anyway. But I'll take my turn watching over her as well.
Yes, we'll keep an eye on her.
I want to prepare a good birthday feast for Torgal first.
Ooh, birthday feast.
He would like that.
Excellent. Okay.
Closest I have it, anyway.
Sure.
The best we can do with the larder and what there is.
There's not much, at least not in the way of meat. There's, you've got vegetables, mushrooms, herbs and spices and things of that sort. Water. They've got pretty decent water here at the moment, and lots of wine.
It may not be what he likes to eat, but if there's plenty of wine, he should be happy.
Okay. So you get a nice table laid out. You make you're making a vegetable stew.
Yeah, mushroom stew.
Sure. So you lay out your
and the fresh bread that I bought this morning.
Right. Yeah, you got some of that left. Okay.
And I'll try and knock up a cake.
Yeah, they'd have some flour. Might even find a couple of eggs. Yeah, I'll allow that. You can start making up a cake. How long does it take to make a cake from scratch? I've never made a cake.
If it's
not long.
Small cake, like 20 minutes, if that.
Yep, you can get that done and on the table. So you got a little cake, you got your vegetable stew or mushroom stew, and bottles of wine are out. You've got glasses and plates and nice silverware for everybody. Like, obviously they were pretty wealthy people, even despite the fact that the town has fallen on hard times. Obviously they're living better than you reckon anybody else in Barovia is living, at least within their own homes. And the others, Miklos and Torgal and Cuthbert and Edith, will finish the kind of inspections and moving furniture to help further block up the doors and kind of just in time to go to the dining room for dinner. And Ismark will say, well, please, he'll take a seat at the head of the table on opposite ends from where Arena sits at the bottom of the table. And the the 8 of you, I guess, because I assume you're letting Steve and Arthur join in. The stables. I guess you would have checked the stables too. The stables.
I set for them.
The the stables, you can't really barricade from inside unless somebody's going to stay in there. What would you have had in mind for that, Torgal? Ismark would recommend not barricading it, as it seems to be either him or more likely his sister that the creatures are after. So he says your animals should be safe enough inside. And they're only animals. The main concern is the human life.
No, I think what you say makes sense. Animals have enough sense to run.
You can leave the dogs here with them in case of trouble.
Right. They'll make noise. We'll come quick. Yeah, Arthur and Steve should probably sleep inside.
Inside the house, you mean, Master? Arthur says.
Yes, inside the house.
Oh, thank God. Whew, I thought you meant we had to sleep here inside the stables.
No. That'll be fine. Just give the animals food and water, and yeah, you can come inside.
Okay. So just as you were all kind of getting ready to take your seats, so the 4 of you on each side of the table, and Ismark at the head and Irina at the tail, you hear banging sounds up against the windows to the dining room and the door out in the hallway as well. And you hear a howl, the howl of a wolf, and then you hear several other return howls, all very close. Sounds like they're just right outside the house. And you hear things scratching and banging up against the boards.
to me. And I go get my my heavy crossbow and shield really quickly. And I will go up to one of the windows where I hear. I imagine that there's very small cracks between the barricade, basically.
Yeah, I guess there could be. Very small. Like, he's done a pretty good job of barricading the place. He's trying to keep his sister safe here.
Could I fire an arrow through one of those cracks?
No.
No way? Okay,
No.
well, then I will just aim my crossbow in that direction.
I
And
thought you were just going to try to peek through or something.
Yeah, and just take a look, pretty much.
Okay. No problem. Actually, get more dice here. And Ismark sighs, and he draws his sword. He says, Irina, get your sword. You should keep it by you at all times. She goes out into the hall real quickly and comes back in with the long sword off the wall. He says, should we hold here in the dining room, or do you think we should move to another room of the house? What do you recommend from your experience?
Is there a choke point? Is there an obvious choke point here?
The stairs?
Yeah,
Good
the stairs.
Yeah, so I'll back up.
Go upstairs and stay at the top of the stairs, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea.
Are there any other stairs?
No, just these. So Ismark will stand at the top of the stairs. There's enough room for one person to stand beside him if you want, also kind of blocking.
I will,
anybody.
and I'll have my crossbow kind of trained on the landing, pretty much.
How is it? How are this? What's the stairwell like? The rest of us, is there a sort of landing where the rest of us can kind of congregate?
Yeah, there's a good sized landing, and kind of like a bit of a hall there off the landing itself. That with doors to the bedrooms on each side of it. And geez, I don't know how many bedrooms there be. I'm gonna say there are 6 bedrooms.
Ada's going to take position up. Like, is there like railing where like you can see through the railings up there, or?
Yeah.
And like on like the landing behind Ismark and everybody, she's going to kneel and take out one of her pistols and aim it at the base of the stairs, so that like preparing and aiming and what have you, so
Okay.
that shoot things before they get up the stairs.
I'm pretty much doing the same thing with my crossbow.
And Peace will go into one of the bedrooms, and if she can find a rocking chair, she'll pull it out and sitting in a rocking chair with her musket on her knee and a blanket over her.
Nice. Yeah, you can pull the rocking chair out of the master bedroom.
Yeah, and I'll definitely have my arquebus out.
Okay. What about you, Miklos?
Miklos will grab any leftover stew, bread, anything like that, and he
Nice.
will go and sit sort of
You guys haven't
halfway.
even started eating yet, so.
Oh, even better. He will help himself, tucking some of the silverware in his pocket while everyone's distracted.
Sure.
He'll bring the stew, some loaf, some of the wine, and he'll pitch himself on the kind of middle of the stairwell, so that he's kind of sitting in the middle.
Okay.
So I guess he's closest to.
Like you're closest.
Yeah,
then
like halfway up the stairs.
Halfway up the stairs. Okay, and then behind you then is Ismark and Torgal standing kind of near the top of the stairs. Also,
And he'll put his one of his flintlock. In fact, he'll put both flintlocks on the stair just above him.
and you hear the crashing sound of breaking wood coming from somewhere downstairs, followed a few seconds later by another sound, similar sound of breaking wood. And Ismark says, "Get ready. I think they're inside." And about 2 seconds later, a swarm of bats fly from around the corner in the hallway and right up the stairs, right up in your face, Miklos, and then also all around you and past you and beyond towards Torgal and Ismark.
Is there any shooting any of them, or are they just kind of a big fluttering mass that
There's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of them. I mean, you can try to shoot one if you want. Yeah.
I think as soon as they come towards me, I would let off an arrow, and if it hits, it hits.
Sure. Okay. Go for it. Roll it.
Okay, that's a 9.
A 9. That will miss.
Yep, embeds itself in the wood on the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm. So Torgal fires his crossbow. Bolt sticks in the wall. You're at the top of the stairs, so you had 6 in the wall over across, like up high in the wall of the hallway. And the bats just start fluttering all around you guys. They start to flutter around the rest of you guys as well. There's tons of them. You reckon there are several dozen. You're not sure how many.
I'll lay my crossbow down, pick up my shield, take my axe out.
And they're all just like, basically what they are is they're just a nuisance. They're not biting or hurting anybody, but they're just fluttering all around you and getting in your way and, making you kind of move to dodge them as they're kind of flying at your face and things of that sort.
Oh, gewalt, mein Schwebschiff is full mit bangers.
Wow, I didn't get any of that. So I don't know about bangers.
That's Yiddish for my hovercraft is full of eels.
Okay.
Is there? There's not torches on the wall, right? It's probably lamps, right?
Yeah, they probably have oil lamps.
Ada's going to take out her shield and kind of like prop it up over herself, kind of like an umbrella, so that she can still like peer down through the little bare banisters or whatever. Because she's like keeping an eye out for, as they said, wolves, and so she's looking out for like what, because bats couldn't have broken the barricades. So she's looking out for like what broke the barricades.
Sure. And
Still trying to aim.
How close are they circling?
Like real close. They're like butting up against you. The wings are flapping and smacking you in the face, and one flies up under Ada's shield and starts flapping up against it right in front of her, like causing her
I'll
to
try to swing at him.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and roll to hit.
24.
24. Yeah, you'll hit one. Bam! You cut it right in half. 2 halves of a dead bat fall on the ground.
I hate bats.
Anybody else doing anything of note?
Peace is just trying to ignore the bats. She'll flick them off her if they land on her, but apart from that, she's trying to ignore them and keep an eye on Irena.
I think Cuthbert would have probably turned his arquebus around and started trying to hit them with the butt of his gun.
Sure, roll to hit. As you're looking at Irina, Peace, you'll notice that none of the bats are flying around her. She's just standing there holding her longsword, shaking a little bit and looking around.
Well, I'll get her to come and stand next to me in the hopes that they won't come around me either.
Okay. And yeah, actually, when she does, the bats do seem to back off you a little bit, Peace.
Oh, you stick by me, girl. I'll keep you safe, I say.
I got a 20 on that arquebus.
She says to you, Peace, she says, yeah, I know how to use this thing, but I'm just so scared. And yeah, you smack one of the bats right out of the air with the arquebus. You whack it, and it falls on the ground and flaps a little bit, and you can stomp on it and kill it.
Yeah, I do that and just crush out the blood and guts out from under the heel of my boot.
We will forever call you Cuthbert Batslayer from now on. And after about 30 seconds, the bats fly away from you and right back down the stairs and around the corner and disappear back the way they came. And the sounds have stopped. There's no more scratching or banging sounds. You hear a distant cry of a wolf that sounds much further away, and then it's silent.
Had that ever happened before?
Ismark says, no, we've never had bats get into the house before.
Is everyone all right?
Is anyone wounded?
I think I've only hurt the house.
Irina? No, I'm okay.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she looks scared, but she doesn't look harmed. She's not bleeding or anything.
Could they have got into the basement and start feeding on the corpse down there?
It's possible. We should go check. Who's coming with me?
I think we should
I'll
all go
go.
together.
Very well. Follow us. Torgal with me.
Oh,
Shouldn't
she
we make
pulls
repairs?
herself out of her armchair.
Armchair. It's a rocking chair.
Rocking chair.
Yeah, I'm with
I
Edith.
reload the
I
crossbow
wanna
and
go,
make my way back there.
Yeah, you can load your crossbow. It takes, what, a couple of rounds?
Shouldn't we see where they came in and make repairs to that?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Good idea. You should see to it.
So we're splitting up then?
No, I think we should make repairs and then check on the dead
Well,
body.
Well, if
this
there's
is-
any of them still in the house, we'd be barricading them inside.
Exactly. We should make sure the house is clear before trapping us all in case, we have to run.
I can tell you right now, I'm not going in that basement.
Well, come on then. We'll check the basement first.
Cuthbert stays behind at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Well, Ismark goes. Who's following him besides Torgal? and
Ada will
Arena?
go.
I'll stick with Irena wherever she goes.
She's following her brother.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I'll stay behind with Cuthbert then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
stay behind as well.
spilled your stew and wine with all the bats flying around you.
That's all right. There was a lot of guano in that stew after that.
Yep. Okay. So when you guys go down to the basement, you find the corpse unmolested. However, on the way down, you do notice one of the crashing sounds you heard must have been the kitchen window barricade being broken, because it is broken. You can see the board kind of broken. A couple of the boards are actually broken and laying kind of half down, and wind blowing in from outside through the bars. Obviously, the bats came in through the bars. The kitchen is in a bit of a mess as well. There's, like you said, there is bat guano and stuff, as bats tend to leave their shit everywhere. And, things are knocked over, in the kitchen. But other than that, you can check the rest of the rooms on the ground floor. You'll find nothing except for in the dining room, where another window barricade is broken. And yes, the bats did shit all over your dinner table.
And Cuthbert looks over at Torgal and says, "Happy birthday, dwarf."
We
I'm
better
looking.
get set.
Torgal's looking at the dinner table and it's all covered in crap, and then he sees like the cake in the middle. There's like one single bat shed right in the middle of it, and then he says,
Is that a cake? Just like my booba used to make. Excuse me, I have something in my eye.
We better get to resetting these barricades. They may come back. We're lucky it was just bats. And they didn't get in through the doors, at least. Your idea seems to have worked.
Can the entrance to the cellar be locked from the outside of the cellar?
It can be, yeah, with a key.
Right, so I will take a quick trip down there, take a bottle of wine, put it in my clothing, come back up, and say,
Master Ismark, you should probably lock the cellar from the outside. Just for
He's in the process of holding a board in place as Miklos and Cuthbert are pounding nails into either side of it. He reaches into a pocket and pulls out a key, actually a ring of keys, and tosses them in your direction.
While he's watching that window, I'll go over into the kitchen and be watching the other window. Whilst they're boarding up that window, I'll be watching the other window to make sure to call if that one gets attacked while they're working on the other.
Good idea.
as I try to see which key it is, I want to count the keys and how many they are, and I want to see if they match the number of doors that I've seen here.
No, they don't match the number of doors. You don't reckon every room has its own key. There are less keys than there are rooms. I don't know how many there are. Maybe there's half a dozen keys, I'll say.
So after I lock the cellar, I'm going to forget to give it back, just in case he forgets to ask for it.
You're going to what?
I'm going to keep the keys with me for the moment.
Okay. It's the third key you try. Seems to fit the cellar door, and then you can lock it. And after a few minutes to get the barricade reset in the dining room, and the guys go in and start resetting the barricade in the kitchen. No more attacks come. You can get it all boarded back up again. And Ismark will look at the pot sitting on the stovetop and look over a piece and say, well, is there any more stew in there? I'm afraid what's in the dining room is ruined.
Yes, and we left the lid on the pot, I think, unless they've knocked it off.
I assume you did. Oh. Peace is a professional, right?
Yep.
Nope, the lid is still sitting on the pot.
Ah, good. Well, let's take the lid up to. Let's have a sort of. Let's have a dinner off our laps and eat upstairs. If you wouldn't mind carrying the pot up. I'm presuming we've closed off the windows.
Yeah, all the windows are boarded back up again. So it's like I think there should be enough bowls still. So get some fresh bowls and some fresh spoons. Unfortunately, half of the glasses were broken. And he says, "Oh, we only have 2 more glasses. That leaves us with 8."
Oh, we're used to eating on the road. We can pass around the bottle.
That's right, unless any of you has a cold or something.
This is a little bit more how I imagined your birthday, Torgal.
Strangely enough, that sounds about right.
And as I see that, you see me coming up the stairs, and I have like this butter knife, and I'm using it to carefully like remove the part with batshit on the cake, and then I toss it over my shoulder, and I have the rest of the cake. Seems to still be good, and I start digging into it.
Cool. So, are you just sitting in the landing upstairs, or did you go into like one of the bedrooms? I suppose 10 of you would be kind of uncomfortable in one of the rooms. The master bedroom's pretty big, but
I mean, I feel like we probably would have stayed in one of the common rooms, right?
one of the common bedrooms.
No, common like. Oh, we're upstairs. Never mind.
Yeah. You guys went upstairs. There are 6 bedrooms. On one side, there is the master bedroom and one other bedroom beside it. On the other side, then there's 4 bedrooms.
Are they adjoining in any way?
I've dined in worse landings than this.
There's no doors between the bedrooms.
Okay.
Well, Miklos will offer to take his meal out on the landing, just in case, because we don't want to be caught with our pants around their ankles. If everybody's in one room.
That's a very wise suggestion. Thank you, as Mark says. Yes, thank you, Irina says. You're very brave.
If I may ask, have you tried to leave the town, just like so many have?
Ismark says, once, about a week ago, a few days after Father's death. The mist just got thicker and thicker, but I swear I kept walking in one direction, convinced that I would eventually come out the other side. But when I did come out, I was walking right back into Barovia, exactly where I had left.
Is this the only town then? In the entire place? What else is there?
There's the castle and the gypsy camp.
Where is the gypsy camp? Tell us, because the gypsies seem to be able to come and go.
Well, I don't know where it is. It moves. They're gypsies, you see.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
So are they affected by this mist?
I do not know. I would assume so, the same as the rest of us. Unless, do you think they're in league with Strahd?
I think they're benefiting from the situation. They're not a disinterested party.
You may be right.
But there are no other towns or villages or anything like that?
No, there are none. There used to be a circus set up outside of town, but as I said earlier, I think I told you, it was when I was a boy, and it is long since gone.
Good riddance.
You don't like the circus, Torgal?
I find it deeply disrespectful.
Ada looks confused by that, but lets it go.
After you guys finish eating and drinking, is anybody drinking to excess in celebration of Torgal's birthday?
Definitely.
Torgal drinking heavily.
I would normally, but tonight I won't.
Well, Cuthbert, I think is the opposite. He was not really having much of it at the bar earlier, but now he's like
Caving into the stress of the situation.
yeah.
Fair
People
enough.
talking about not being able to leave and stuff like that.
So Torgal's getting drunk, although it'll take him a while to get drunk. Cuthbert, maybe not so long.
I have a question about the lady of the house, because the picture is black and white. Does she look to me like she's unnaturally pale, like almost like she might be sick or something?
She is rather pallid, yep. Yeah, the picture is in black and white. I've always imagined her with kind of like reddish hair. That's just that picture actually came straight out of the i6 module, if I recall correctly. So
the original.
Not all of my images did, obviously, but that one did. If anybody's watching this and is interested, by the way, that's the i6 AD&D module, Ravenloft, by Tracy and Laura Hickman, I believe.
Illustrated Clive Coldwell.
Thank you. Well done, Caius. And Bismarck will say, well, Irina, I think you should try to get some sleep now. He looks at Edith and Ada and Peace. He says, would one of you mind sharing my sister's room tonight to keep her safe? Just in case.
This is very comfortable. I'd be happy to sort of... I suggest we take it in turns, the three of us. One of us stays awake all the time next to her, and if there's any trouble, calls the others, and the other two can sleep, and we'll just take it in turns and keep awake all night.
That's an excellent idea.
Very well. Well, you can... The four of you then can stay here in the master bedroom. It says there are 5 other bedrooms, and there are 6 of us, gentlemen, so someone's going to have to share.
Before the ladies retire, I want to... I think that I'm being surreptitious, but it would probably be a little noticeable because I'm quite drunk. I've worked long and hard to get to this point. And I'm going to come close to the lady of the house, Irina, and say, excuse me, I have a little question. I appreciate if you didn't tell the others. This is of a personal nature. You see, I've turned 100.
You see, Ismark stands up right beside her.
It's and I try to speak in a lower voice, but he can still probably hear.
Oh yeah.
And I say,
you see, a dwarf gets to a certain age, and well.
And I kind of run my hand across my beard and mustache and say,
it gets to the point where one has to keep up certain appearances, and would you? And I'm asking you because you being a lady. Well, you know, do you happen to have a mirror of some kind? Maybe something small.
She says, well, yes. Here, I keep it in this drawer. And she goes over and opens one of the drawers and pulls out a little silver hand mirror.
I take the mirror and I say, many thanks. And I look at myself in it, and I notice that I have like this.
She says, you can keep it. Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's very, very kind of you. And then I
look at myself in the mirror and I notice I have this really like huge and very noticeable like white hair in my mustache, and I say,
also get this.
You turn around, you see Pieces like standing near you, staring at you.
Don't wear out that mirror.
Yeah, it's to peek around corners. There's danger lurking about.
Well, no picking on me when I'm changing, she says.
You're a bit
I
too
know
tall
you
for me,
dwarven
beast.
types.
Okay, and so the gentlemen all leave to go out into the upper level hall. Yeah, the second story hall. Ismark will close the door behind him. Does not lock it. He does look at you, Torgal, and says, "You still have my keys."
Yes, of course. You know, the drink, the festivities. Here you go, sir.
Good. Before you all retire, there's something I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want to mention it in my sister's presence. And of course, Edith, Ada, and Peace are inside with Irene at the moment, so they're not privy to this part of the conversation. But he says, he was here. He was here 2 weeks ago, and then he was here again 3 days after that.
What do you mean he was here?
He was here in the house.
Do you mean Strahd?
Yes.
But
Strahd was here.
But I thought you said numerous times that nobody's ever got in the house.
I said the creatures have never forced their way into the house. He was here, but he did not force his way in.
So you're saying somebody let him in?
Yes.
And for what reason?
I do not know, and she has no memory of the occasion, and that is why I do not wish to bring it up and cause her any further stress or fear.
Is it some
But
sort
my
of,
sister let him in, both times, I believe.
Is it some sort of charm that he's doing?
Perhaps. I do not know to what extent his magics extend. But however he did it, he managed to convince her to let him in. That is when he bit her. Both times. The first time, I found them in the hall downstairs. I attacked him, and he fled. The second time, my father found him. I believe that is what caused him to have his failure of the heart. He died that night.
If I may, Master Ismark, I don't generally recommend this kind of technique when it comes to ladies. But couldn't you just lock her in a room from the outside with one of those fancy keys of yours?
He says, I could, but I do not want to make her think she's a prisoner in her own home, any more so than she already is. I usually stay up all night outside of the room to make sure she doesn't leave.
Well, I think it's quite obvious what we need to do here. Seems like Strahd is causing all of this. Why don't we just march up to his castle and destroy him?
He wouldn't be the first to try.
You know, the lady that looks a bit pale and sickly. Have you tried to, during the day when they don't come, just taking her out on the outside just to get a little bit of sunlight? It's good for the body. And garlic, she should eat some garlic. It's good for you.
He says, I have not allowed her to leave the house since the first time he was here. And, she's getting stronger. She was quite weak both times he visited her. I do not know what his interest is in my sister, but I do believe that if his intention was to kill her, he would have done it already. He's had 2 opportunities to do so. I fear he may have something far more nefarious in mind for her. What it is, I do not know.
Do you know this Strahd fella to have a predilection for younger ladies?
I've never heard of him taking any interest in any one particular individual before like this.
I'm telling you, I think we should go tomorrow and take this Strahd fellow out. We're not named the Ever Victorious for nothing.
My young companion has a point, and even though he might be a bit rash, I do agree with him on the general principle. This seems to
You're
be a
very
matter of the
confident.
heart. And if we stop his heart, then the matter is over.
If he has a heart. I appreciate your confidence in your own abilities, but if it is indeed your intention to go to Ravenloft, you should prepare yourselves properly before you go. You should speak to Father Davinich. What was it? I think it was Davinich.
Donovic.
Donovich. You should speak to Father Donovich at the church. And possibly, although it pains me to say so, Madame Eva. She is the eldest of the gypsy folk. She's been around for a long time, and she knows many things. Perhaps she would know of something that can help you.
Well, that settles it. Tomorrow, we set off and figure out how we can destroy this Strahd.
You should be able to move about when the sun is up relatively safely. I would not recommend it at night, though. There is a guest house down the street, a few houses down from here, from the estate. He pulls out his keychain and he starts to remove one of the keys. And he holds it up. He says, "This is the key to that house. It is not barricaded yet. It is not fortified from inside because no one is there. But you could, with a little work, fortify it yourselves. I'll let you take this, and you have freedom to come and go as you please. I will not give you a key to this manor, though. You understand?"
Absolutely.
Perfectly.
And Cuthbert takes the key. Is like everybody like in the general area right now?
He holds the key back when you reach for it, and he holds it out to Miklos.
With a grin at Cuthbert, Miklos will take it and hide it away in this layers of furs that he wears.
Very well. Sleep lately. They may return. They do sometimes.
Master Ismark, if I could bother you for one last thing. Do you happen to have some ink and a small piece of parchment?
Yes, I believe there is ink and parchment in the drawing room downstairs.
Excellent. Well, very good. Yeah, I will help myself to that. And thank you very much.
You have freedom of the house, of course, but please do not go into the master bedroom. He says, "I think I will sleep here in the hall, after all, so you may each have a room."
Excellent idea. Fine by me. I was going to suggest
Do not-
quite the same.
Do not compromise the barricades in any way. Do not try to leave the house tonight. If I find anyone trying to leave the house, I'll kill you.
Well, you certainly mean what you just said.
Very well. And he goes and he kind of sits down and props himself up against the wall just outside the master bedroom. Crosses his legs in front of him and leans his head back against the wall and closes his eyes. Sword out on his lap, hands crossed on his chest and crossed in his lap and resting on top of it. And at that point, if you would like to take a quick intermission, if anybody needs to use the restroom, get any more refreshments, etc., we'll take a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, whatever you need.
All right.
All right.
If anybody else wants to just chat, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I have everything I need. Within arm's reach.
You gotta be right back.
I'll be right back.
I'll also pop over and see if anybody was in the chat. Got a few people watching tonight. Oh yeah, we had Nick Myron or Mirren. I'm not sure. I think that's probably an emoji he typed in there. I don't know what it means. An evil scientist came by. I said, "Cool. I can't stay now for the stream, but I'll watch the vid later. Have fun." All right, thanks. Evil scientist. I know who that is, but I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah.
Nice seeing the. I've never played Ravenloft before.
Neither have I. Well, no, I played in maybe 10 or 12 sessions of Curse of Strahd once, but it wasn't to completion. And yeah, I'd never played nor read Ravenloft before this. Otherwise, as far as the original Ravenloft goes.
The only thing
I had i6 back in the day, back in the 80s or something, but I don't really remember I remember little details, but I don't remember much.
that infographic that I saw about it's what spurred my interest.
Infographic.
Yeah, there's I think I showed it to you a while ago.
You mean yeah, it's kind of like a graphic, like a big long graphic kind of storyboard thing or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those made for like Lamentations modules and stuff before. I don't know who does them, but they're really
yeah,
cool.
I found the guy's website. I think they're limited edition posters that you can get. Because there's one for the God That Crawls, there's one for Ravenloft. I think there's another one too.
I think there is more. I've seen both of those anyway for sure. I feel like I've seen more, but I can't remember exactly. They are really cool though.
What are they?
I'll see if I can't find the link for them. There's they're these posters and they have walkthroughs of this guy's campaigns, but it's like a visual representation of it.
No, I have seen one. I think I've seen one in the past. I can't remember. Of Isle of Dread, I think.
Cool.
I like Torgal's level of drunkenness.
Yeah. He's not having a very good birthday, is he?
It's not stopping him.
No.
Jason Thompson is the guy who does it.
Jason Thompson. Cool.
There's one here for Paul the Fire Giant King. The Lost Caverns of... I can't read that.
Yeah, I know the...
What was that?
It's the Lost Caverns of... I've been studying pronunciation. I know how to say it properly.
It's true, you've just had enough, too much to drink like Torgal.
Oh, there's a few more than I've found before. Yeah, there's the Isle of Dread right there.
I'm sure they have the Caves of Chaos as well, and all the
that'd
classics.
be a big one.
Out of the Ashes. Man, now I'm obsessed. I gotta look
What
at
is
all
Out
of
of the Ashes?
Well, I'll give you a link to the infographic if you want.
Yeah, put it up in chat. See if it rings a bell, but I don't know. I can't think what it is. I should really have thought through my my spells a bit better. They're really good against living foes, but not very useful against vampires.
Well, it'll be a new day soon, maybe.
Yeah, but I'm a
you mean
magic
as in
user. I
what's,
don't.
as you mean as in
Yeah,
what's,
what spells are in my spell book?
right? Well, yeah, that would have been metagaming though.
Yeah, it would have been. I'm still. I mean, some of them are useful anyway, but some things are going to be useless against a vampire.
Well, there's a lot more than just vampires in Barovia, anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure they're. I mean, against the wolves, they're fine.
One nasty thing about those wolves too is they attack in packs.
Let me just roll again because I'm not sure how orientations.
What are you not sure about?
Featherfall.
Oh, to see how it works.
Because you don't have reactions, so I'm just working out. You could have cast it before you step off the cliff, I guess.
Or maybe you can cast it as you're falling. Not sure. I haven't played very many magic users in Lamentations either. I'm sure I've played at least one. Oh, yeah.
The way that I understand
I can tell you one thing for sure. Any spell you cast with a lasting effect, just remember that as soon as you cast another spell, the previous spell ends. Because I died that way once.
Right. That's good to know.
Well, don't spells take
I was
a round?
levitating 40 feet up off the ground, and then I cast a magic missile, and then I fell to my death.
That was.
I didn't know
hilarious.
that. I didn't know that because last time I had 2 spells up. I think I had Fairy Fire and Haste at the same time.
Oh, yeah, it's a good point.
So.
Yeah, I didn't think about it either. Oh, well.
But I think it would depend on how long the fall is. Caius,
It was high enough for him to die.
I had 3 hit points, and it was a 40-foot fall.
No, I mean for feather fall, because
Oh.
you start casting it at the beginning of the turn, and then it goes off at the beginning of the next turn.
Right. So as long as you've got more than one round's worth of space to fall, there you go.
And I don't know how far you fall in one round.
There are rules for it. I think it's.
Well, no. Is there? I don't know. There might be rules for it, but I think initial falling speed is generally 20 feet per second.
Mm-hmm. Because I think like Featherfall and like Levitate kind of slow your descent to like 60 feet around. If
So 20 feet per second would be 120 feet in a round.
Mm-hmm.
It's around 6 seconds or 10 seconds in.
Limitations, it's 10, isn't it?
Is it? No, I think it's 6. I don't remember. I had 6 in my mind. I think it's 6.
Yeah, I think it's 6, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 20 feet. So if it falls over 120 feet, I have got time to cast Featherfall. Under that, I've got to cast it before we fall.
Indeed. Is everybody back? Jade, are you there?
I'm back.
Yeah, back.
Cool, everybody's back. We can carry on. So, do you all retire, or?
So what Torgo would do is that he would get the quill and ink and parchment and retire to his room, produce the other bottle of wine from his clothes, and drink it to the last drop. And then after that, he would take the parchment out, slam it on the night table, and proceed to write a long, sad, loving letter that begins with, "Dear Betsy, today is my birthday. I hope this finds you well." This is the early modern period version of drunk calling.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Drunk calling or drunk texting. Yeah. All right. You can write your really sad, really sloppy looking letter since you're wasted too. And I don't imagine Torgal has the best penmanship when he's sober.
Right, yeah, it's the short sausage fingers. They're not that good.
Okay. Let's see then.
Well, before Ada retires, just because I prepared it, she's going to cast Augury and, do like clutch her little holy symbol and sit there and pray and all that other stuff. And, because she wants to know or real whether or not casting remove curse on Irina is a good idea or not. Because even like after like all the bat things,
Mhm.
that was weird.
What does augury give you exactly? As per the spell description, just like curiosity.
As per the spell description, hold on.
Say it's
Let
about
me-
9 o'clock at night when you guys were all kind of parting ways.
Yeah.
So
The spell allows the caster to see a vision of all timelines, possibilities, and probabilities for but a moment, allowing him the chance to determine whether a particular action will bring weal or woe. Because the caster's afforded only a glimpse of the possibilities, he does not know all of the forces at work at any particular time. The vision can be misinterpreted. The base chance for deciphering a true answer is 70 plus the caster level, so 77 for us. This roll is made secretly. Augury can see into the future only 3 turns, so anything that might happen after that does not affect the result. Thus, the result will not take into account long-term consequences of the contemplated action.
3 turns is half an hour. Okay, so your question is whether or not casting remove curse will cause weal or woe.
Yes.
Wheel.
All right. And then guided by this inspiration from like her little prayer, sweet baby Jesus told her that it was a good idea, or that it would be okay to cast remove curse on Irina. And so she's going to go over and say, Irina, before we sleep, would you mind if I gave you a blessing?
She looks at you and says, "Oh no, Ada, that would be very nice. Thank you."
Oh, all right. And again, she'll like hold her holy symbol, little golden cross, crucifix, or whatever, and lay a hand on Irina's forehead, and then cast remove curse.
Okay.
Which sorry, it's all alphabetical, so it takes a while to go from augury to remove curse. So that one instantaneously removes 1 curse on a creature. If it makes instantaneously removes 1 curse on a creature if it makes a saving throw versus magic. Remove curse does not remove the curse from a cursed shield, weapon, or suit of armor, though it enables the creature afflicted with any such curse item to remove it from their person and get rid of it. So she does that.
Excellent. Then, where is everybody at midnight? 3 hours after you guys all split up, basically, for the night.
I'm curled up in bed, cuddling my axe.
Okay. How about you, Cuthbert?
Yeah, Cuthbert would probably be passed out somewhere with his hat like pulled over his eyes.
Yeah, in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay. Miklos?
Snoring soundly in a warm bed.
Okay, very good. And for Edith, Ada, and Peace, who's on the first watch?
Let's go in alphabetical order. So it's Ada.
Okay, makes sense. And she did the remove curse and all that. Probably just about time for your watch to end pretty soon, you'd reckon. I don't know how long you're doing watches for.
About how many hours of the night are we resting?
Well, the sun comes up at 6. You guys kind of went to bed at 9.
So yeah, it
3
would be
hours
right
sleep.
around that time. So like around midnight, Ada would be getting up and getting ready to wake for going alphabetically. Edith.
Okay. So you're waking Edith. Peace is sleeping. You're
Yep.
sleeping in the rocking chair?
No, she'll have chosen a bed to sleep in if there are beds.
Well, there's one big bed in the master bedroom, but it's plenty big for 3 of you.
Yes, she'll share that.
Okay. So you're sleeping in the bed, and Ada, you're waking up Edith when all of a sudden it starts again. All the banging and scratching and howling of wolves and all the noise starts up again downstairs.
Then I'll wake Peace and Edith and Irina.
Oh. Are the men awake? I'll start.
I'll go. But yeah,
The door swings open, and Ismark is standing there with his sword in hand, and he's looking at you all. And he says, "Are you safe? Is everyone okay?
We're fine. We
Arm
need to
yourselves. They're back."
wake the others. She says to his retreating back.
Yeah, you guys will all.
He would see me burst out of my room, bags under my eyes, bloodshot eyes, but fully clothed with armor and everything, because that's how I fell asleep.
Okay. No problem.
And
Banging
Cuthbert warily pokes his head out into the hallway. What are you all on about?
Can you not hear it, man?
He was pretty drunk when you went to bed. He's probably still rather drunk. But you hear it now. Now she says it. Yeah, it's starting again.
Oh, shit.
Ada takes a step back
Sure.
from Cuthbert because at this point she can probably get drunk off the fumes coming off of him.
Yeah, probably could. Probably could. Torgal as well. Torgal even more. Torgal smells like a goddamn winery.
And garlic. A garlic
And
winer.
garlic,
Oh
garlic.
god. He smells like someone who got really, really wasted at a spaghetti warehouse.
Yeah.
Indeed. Ooh. Fun. Okay, cool.
And then I would go and make sure that Miklos is awake wherever he is.
Oh yeah, he would appear from the door as soon as the noise kicked off.
Okay.
Ada's going to stay next to Miklos because he's the only one that's not drunk.
Okay.
He still smells though.
What positions are you taking?
Can we hear what direction the barricades is it? It's
Sounds like
coming
all
from
of
down.
them.
All
Let's-
okay.
Let's take the stairs again.
Yeah, I'd take the same positions before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll
So
take.
we checked all the bedrooms to
that
make sure that none of the barricades in the upstairs windows are being
Nope. All
compromised.
the noise come from downstairs.
While
Okay.
we're getting organised, I'm going to look around. Is anybody staying with Irina? Do I know?
Oh,
Yeah,
Irina's out there
basically.
with you guys. She's
She's
out
okay.
there with you guys, yeah. She's got that sword in hand again, shaking, holding it, you know.
And Peace
So that
pushes
was-
through.
I was having
Peace-
such a lovely dream, too.
Peace pushes the wheelchair, the rocking chair, through onto the landing again.
Okay. Sits back in with her arquebus rifle-like thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ada, are you still staying beside Miklos, even though he's going halfway down the stairs, in the middle of the stairs? Or in?
Good
It's up to
point.
you. I'm just asking.
Nah, she's gonna stay up near Arena then because she doesn't want to be in front of the men who have been drinking all evening,
Right.
who are armed and with firearms.
Yeah.
He's pretty wise, so she would not be
Torgal's got his
standing.
crossbow, and
Yeah, she would not be wanting to stand in
Cuthbert's
front of
got
any of them.
This is a pistol, Cuthbert. Yeah. Pistol. You're pointing down the stairs, basically.
Yeah, I got both. I got two of them in my hands right
Two
now.
pistols. Great.
Ready to shoot
Yeah.
bats.
Even better. You hear a crashing sound, and this is a much larger crash. First, you just hear like a big loud thud and like the splintering of a bit of wood, and then there's another thud and more splintering of wood, and then there's a massive crash.
Could I have retroactively not let Miklo stand in front of the drunk armed men?
No, but you can
Oh.
say something to him now if you want.
Yeah, I will say you might want to get behind the others. You're kind of alone down there.
He won't get behind, but he will move up the steps a little bit so that if they do shoot, they're shooting over the top of him.
Right. And just as you're kind of moving up there, you see a couple of wolves come around the corner and start moving up the stairs.
Yep, I'm a
And we can go for initiatives now.
5 for me.
Are we doing D6 initiative or?
Yeah, D6 plus your dexterity modifier.
5.
I think if you have a pistol drawn and aimed, though, you get a bonus. What is that bonus? It might actually be here on my combat cheat sheet. No, it doesn't have initiative shit on here. I'm going to give you a +2. That could be wrong. If it is, I'll fix it next time. But
All right, I'm at 7 then.
Then I'm at 7 as well.
Okay. All right, I'm just going to see here. I'll just start calling these out. Does anybody have higher than a 7? No. Okay, so we'll go to the 7s. Torgal, they know you get your crossbow out, right? And you're pointing it kind of over the railing down the stairs, down the over the banister.
Yep.
Oh wait, you're a
17.
dwarf. Probably through between the
Yeah,
posts
between
and banister.
the bars. So I got a 17 to hit
Okay, 17 will hit one of the wolves.
for 6 points of damage.
You hit the wolf for 6 points. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Crossbow bolt sticks right in the shoulder of one of these wolves, and they're still bounding up the stairs right at Miklos. Who else is on 7? That would be Ada.
I mean, yeah. Ada is going to fire off one of her pistols in between the railings down at the wolves. That will
This is a really
be
good strategic location you guys picked. Yeah, good.
This will be an 18 to hit.
Roll a d10 because you are using a firearm.
For misfire.
Oh, for misfire. Okay. Even if that's let's see, that's a 7.
Okay, it's not a misfire.
Okay, cool.
I forgot about the misfires last time.
I have modifiers on a modification on my thing, so I'm not sure what that does to that. But
Where's my bookmarks?
18 to hit.
I have lost all my bookmarks. That's weird. Now, here's one of them. That's not the one I need. 18 to hit will hit, though. So you
That
shoot one of the wolves.
be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage on the other wolf. I rolled to see which it would hit. Okay. Why am I missing the one bookmark that I need that has the firearm rules, the firearm shortcuts on it? That's just the way it goes, isn't it?
That's what the rules in Magic.
Oh, it's because it does have modifiers, but it's because of environmental conditions. There are no additional. You don't add to the misfire chances with the mod I chose.
Cool. You got a page description for me? Do you checks?
Yeah, 158 is probably the page you're looking for. They are thereabouts.
I'll just mark that page for the moment with one of these. So for misfires,
I have a 1 in 10 chance for my guns, and no environmental increase.
It's usually 1 to 10, but I think some of them might have more of a chance or less of a chance, etc.
Some of them are 2 in 10.
Oh, I think matchlocks don't misfire, do they?
Matchlocks have a 1 in 10 chance of
they
misfire.
have a 2 in 10 chance. Yeah, so they actually misfire more often for a matchlock, but a wheel lock.
Matchlock. I have
no additional to right. Okay, and flintlocks have a 1 in 10 chance,
and the others have a 2 in 10. I think.
Yeah. I have a flintlock wheel lock, which sounds flint wheel lock.
Yep. So okay, now next on initiative. Anybody else on 7? No? Did everybody put their stuff in the chat? Yeah, you guys all did put your initiative in chat. Good. So we're down to the 5. So we'll go first to.
Did I? No, I didn't. Oh,
You didn't?
But it's not me.
Oh, that's weird. Somebody put theirs in there twice. Ignacio put his in twice for some reason.
That was because of the
Second one
aim
had the bonus that
fire.
you said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So then, actually, oh, yeah, you already went. Torgal, Ada went. So we'll go next to Cuthbert.
So kind of Cuthbert reaches it, like kind of rests his like elbow on top of Torgal's head for brace, and shoots down the stairs at one of the wolves, and a 21, and I got a 7 on my misfire, so I didn't misfire this go.
Okay, you hit. Roll damage. Torgal, give me a paralyze save.
All right, beautiful.
As this fucking.
Is this affected by my -1 wisdom modifier?
Yes.
In that case, I fail by 1.
Okay. You are deafened, and your ears are just ringing, and all you can hear is this loud ringing sound as this pistol goes off within a foot of your head.
And 5 damage.
Oy vey.
5 damage. Let's see which one you hit. You hit that one. Okay. Yep, you hit one, but they're both still going. Let's see who else is on the 5s. Whoa. Okay, so Ada.
No, that was my before you gave us the bonus.
Oh yeah, you're right. God darn it. Miklos.
Miklos.
Having moved up the stairs a little bit more, hearing the guns go off and the crossbow fires, and you see these wolves are bearing down on you, 2 of them.
Yeah, Miklos is he's going to hold his flintlock steady, and he's going to use this round or this turn to take aim.
Okay, cool. So you're just aiming.
Yep.
Good. Next, then on the initiative is, I think, going to be the wolves themselves. Yep, the wolves themselves. So, seeing as Miklos is between them and Torgal and Ismark, they're both going to attack you, Miklos. Let's see here. What's their damage? Okay, that's their damage. Good. Okay. So I'll just roll this all in one just to make it quicker. Okay. Does a 15 hit you, Miklos?
15
does hit you,
matches, yeah.
Yep, that hits you.
It hits.
Yep, a match is a hit. So that does 3 points of damage. And the second one definitely hits with a 22. That one also does 3 points of damage, though.
Okay.
And then bats come flying around the corner again and all swoop up into the area and start surrounding all of you guys and flying around you. Just kind of essentially what they're doing is they're getting all up in your face and distracting you and making it next to impossible to cast spells. And initiative-wise, it goes next to the 2s. So we'll go to Edith.
Am I able to get in and hit one of them with my axe?
No, because the Torgal and Ismark are blocking the stairs near the top.
All right, then I will shoot one with my pistol.
Okay. Just so you know, you have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting Miklos when you do so. You still cool with it? It's a 1 in 3 chance.
Yeah, I'm still cool with it.
Okay, good. Roll a d10 to see if your pistol misfires.
7.
It does not
And then-
misfire.
It's going to be 21 to hit.
You shoot Miklos in the back. Roll your damage.
5.
5 points of damage, Miklos.
Ow.
I said 1 in 3 chance, and I rolled a 1. Bam! Her pistol goes off. Yeah. And strikes Miklos, unfortunately. And it goes to... who else was on 2? Peace. Oh, Chex, you're a star.
Peace.
Chex goes and types
Peace
the
is
entire
distracting.
initiative order in the chat, and then Edith shoots him. Peace is distracted. Yeah.
Yeah, Peace can't use his spells, so instead she goes and picks up her scattergun blunderbuss and tries to get in a position where she can just unleash on the cloud of bats, but not at any of her comrades. Is there a position she can get
Sure. I'll
to
let
do
you
that?
Roll for a misfire.
And then, yep. So it's I get a. That's not a misfire.
Not a misfire. Okay, roll your attack roll. So you're firing off.
I'm
your
not sure I
scattergun.
roll an attack roll for scatter. I think for a scattergun they've got to roll a
Dex save.
paralysis
Or yeah.
Okay.
save. Let me just check that. They roll my area attack.
Yep. Okay.
It's a sort of
Two of the bats drop out of the.
a cone.
Two of the bats drop
In
out of the
front
air
of
and
me.
fall to the ground dead. And that's the end of initiative. Everybody roll initiative again. Oh no, Ismark. Sorry.
Damn it.
Ismark will step up beside Miklos and attack one of the wolves. And that is going to be what's his shit? I forgot what his bonus is to hit. Where is he here? Ismark. There he is. No, he misses. And Irina is just kind of staying near Peace and Ada and occasionally swinging the sword just to try to keep the bats back, but they're not getting too close to her anyway. And we go to the next round. Now everybody reroll initiative. I've already rolled for the bad guys.
And we don't get bonuses this round, right? Because we are no longer Steady Freddy's.
Bonuses. Oh,
Because you
right. Yeah. Because you don't have the weapons aimed and
No
ready.
bonus.
Correct. Because everybody fired their missile weapons. Sorry. Okay, so we've got a 2, 2, 4, 4. I'm missing Miklos, and I'm missing who else?
I'm missing Peace as well.
Peace.
Because I can't. Because my 3 doesn't work on my keyboard, but I got a 3.
Okay. How about you, Chicks?
6.
6. Okay, you're first.
So I took aim last round.
Yep,
So
so you get +4 to hit.
the one that is, well, the one that bit me, I guess.
They both bit you, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
they both did. Yeah. Okay, the one that bit me first
Okay.
is 20 to hit.
That's a hit. Give me some damage. Oh, did you roll your misfire?
I did. I got a 9.
Okay, cool. Good.
That'll be 4 on the damage.
4 points damage. Okay, you wound it, but it's still up. And next is going to be, we'll go to Cuthbert.
Okay, so like kind of in like the same motion, Cuthbert puts the first pistol that he fired back under his coat and fires the other pistol he has out at the wolf.
At the melee with 4 people in it. Go for it.
Oh hell no. Never mind.
Well,
So
2 wolves and 2 people.
So he puts his pistols away and pulls out his saber and goes and joins the melee.
What are you going to jump over the railing behind the wolves?
Actually, I'm just gonna slide down the railing and try to flank them.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that. So you slide down the railing and come up and then kind of jump off behind them and attack, yeah?
Exactly.
Go for it. That's a cool maneuver. I like it.
Do I need to roll anything other than the attack?
No.
All right, so
No, it's
I got a 27. So
that's a hit. Damage. Which wolf does he hit? He hits this one. What's the damage?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's badly wounded. It's but it's still going. It's bloodied as all hell. Next on initiative, Zeta.
All right, and the bats are still harassing, so we
Yes.
can't do spells.
Correct.
Okay, and Mikolos and
If you try to move your hands, they fly up and bump into you. If you try to open your mouth, they fly into your face and you know.
okay, and Ismark and Mikolos are blocking the access to the wolves at the stairs, right?
Correct. Torgal is at the top of the stairs, and Miklos and Ismark are both in front of him, basically fighting the wolves. You saw Cuthbert slide down the railing and go behind the wolves and attack one.
Yeah, I don't think Ada's brave enough to try that maneuver in skirts. Is there anything that she can really do?
You can attack the bats if you want. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. I'll attack the bats, which feels like for some reason like I'm saying I'll attack the darkness, but
Yeah.
I'll
Give me
pull out my
attack.
mace.
Yeah, there's about 100 bats, but yeah, give me an attack roll.
Okay, I'm pull out my mace to do so. So that's a -2 because I'm pulling it out.
Mhm.
Okay,
Correct.
that's 3 on the die. So it's gonna,
gonna
miss. So
At least
yeah.
you didn't roll a 1, so you don't like accidentally hit Arena or Peace or Edith.
Lose my mace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
next
I'll
on
take my shield
initiative-
out too, I guess.
Right. Next on initiative is Peace.
Peace. Really unable to do much because of the bats and everything's in the way. She keeps an eye on Irene.
Yep. She's right beside you.
Does she seem all right? She seems all right.
She's
So
scared, but yeah, she's not
Yep.
hurt.
I'll just start. I'll start reloading my gun.
She swings at another bat and misses. You start reloading your gun. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
No, not you. I'm talking about Arena.
I'll.
Swings at a bat and misses.
I sit down on the on
The rocket
on the rocking chair and start opening up the gun and reloading the pan and everything like that.
How long will it take you to reload?
I probably won't get another shot off this combat, but I'm gonna start.
Next, then, is going to be Torgal.
So can I get to these wolves, or is the way blocked pretty much right now?
If you want to slide down the banister like Cuthbert did.
I'll do one better. I'm a few steps up on the stairs, right?
Yep.
I'll jump over them.
Ooh, cool. Give me a paralyze save.
I've had quite a bit to drink. My head is ringing.
Yeah,
I
a
can't
lot to
hear
drink.
anything.
And you're a dwarf.
And I fail my paralyze save.
Okay, odd or even. Who do you hit? You try to jump over Ismark's head, but you don't. You jump right into his head, and you collapse to the ground on top of him on the stairs. And you're both prone there on the stairs. And we go to Edith.
Edith is going to try the jump over.
It's a lot easier now because you guys are on the ground. So I'll be a real prick to Ignacio and just let you do it. Okay, you leap over. You're now standing beside. You're now standing beside Cuthbert.
All right, and then I will pull my axe out and swing at one of them.
Okay, I'll say you're swinging at the one right in front of you, or you're swinging at the one right in front of.
The one right in front of me.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Give me damage. It's an automatic hit. There's no critical hits or so. Well, I could use an optional critical hit chart, but I don't have one handy at the moment. So it's weird anyway. The critical hit chart I have.
8 points of damage.
I don't think it would be appropriate for this game. 8 points of damage. Nice. You give him a grievous blow, but he's still standing. Okay. And then, then it's the bad guy's turn. So these two wolves, one of them will attack Miklos, and the other one will attack Torgal, since he's now lying on top of Ismark. So the one attacking Miklos misses, and the one attacking Torgal also misses. And then 10 more wolves come around the corner below and start bounding up the stairs at Cuthbert and Edith. So
Did you say
only
10?
yeah,
Or
10 more.
2?
10, but only 2 can get it at a time. So one of them attacks Edith. That's a miss, and one of them attacks Cuthbert, and that's also a miss. They all miss, and the other 6 behind them are howling and baying and barking and slavering, and yeah. And it's initiative again.
Are we on the stairs? Is there
Yes.
like a rug?
No. Well, maybe there is. Why? What would you do if there was a rug on the stairs? Although rugs are very dangerous on stairs. I don't think there would be.
Well, like some of them have those long runners up them. That's why I was wondering. And they're
Yeah, but runners are usually like nailed down and secured
Exactly.
so you don't trip
Yeah.
shit. Never mind. Then.
Okay.
to prevent exactly what you're thinking.
So, in the chat, please. I'm just missing. Did you get a 3 again, Caius? Nope, you get a 2.
No, I got a
Okay.
2 this time.
And what did you get, Chex?
Also 2.
Also 2. Okay, so first is Ada.
Okay, and bats are still keeping me from casting spells.
Ismark got to his feet on his initiative now and is standing behind Torgal. Yeah, you cannot cast spells.
Shit.
There are still like 97 bats.
97 bats. Arena, me, and Peace are all just piecing up at the top of the stairs, and then there's just like a big old like hubbub down there. So like I can't like get in and swing at a wolf from behind, right?
Correct. You could run over to the banister and fire down.
But there are now 10 wolves, so I could aim at the wolves in the back and shoot
Yes, you
them
could.
without shooting
They're not in
my
melee.
friends.
You could. Correct.
I am going to shoot it with my other pistol.
Roll to hit.
So pull it. Yeah.
Nice. Yep. The ones in the back are not in melee, so you don't run the risk of injuring anyone else.
Natural 20.
Damage.
My misfire too, I guess. 9, and damage
That's not misfire.
is 1.
Oh, you do 1 point of damage to one of the wolves in the back.
Nerd.
Yay. Okay. Next initiative
Yay, my natural
is
20 was a 1.
Torgal and the wolves go simultaneously, but I'll let you go first, Torgal. It all is going to happen simultaneously, but I'm just letting you do your determination before I do theirs. Oh, okay. He's AKA for a second. He says he stood up and attacked, so he rolled a 19 minus 2. Oh, no, he can stand up and attack. 19 to hit is going to hit, and he does 5 damage to the wolf in front of him. He kills one of the wolves. The wolf between Torgal and Edith drops dead. Sorry, not between Torgal and Edith. It was between Torgal and Cuthbert, but it's dead. And then it's the wolf's turn. Before it dies, it does get its attack, though. And it was attacking Torgal. So we'll see. Oh, that's going to hit. That's a 22. It's going to do 6 points of damage. I'll just type that in the chat in case he probably can hear us, but 6 points of damage to Torgal. Okay. And then it does that just as he basically attacks it with his axe as well and kills it. So it bites him. He fucking kills it. And the other one was attacking Edith. Not Edith, sorry. Who's standing beside Torgal?
Miklos, I think it was.
Miklos, that's right. Thank you. A 19 hits you, yeah, for 6 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
And then there's one attacking Edith, which misses. And there's one attacking Cuthbert beside her. Does a 15 hit you, Cuthbert?
Yeah.
It's 5 points of damage. And next on initiative is Edith.
All right, I'm gonna fight defensively.
Okay, so you get a plus 4 to your armor class and a plus 2 to your armor class, sorry, and a minus 4 to your attack.
Yep. And then there's still one in front of me.
Yes, there is.
There's a 13.
Well, there's one behind. Yeah, there's one in front of you. Yep. 13 misses.
All right.
I should actually draw myself a little map here, but yeah, the one in front of you, it's kind of like right between you and Miklos, but you miss it.
Yep.
Next on initiative then is Peace. Still reloading, I presume.
Is there any area that hasn't got got spikes
You
and
break
bats
it
in
up
it.
a little bit. Like, is there any area that doesn't have bats in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is an area if you move further down the hall.
And will I be able to see from there? The rest of the room? Will I be able to see the rest of the room from there?
You won't be able to see the stairs, but you'll be able to see the rest of the landing area.
But I'll lose sight of the stairs.
Yeah, you'll lose sight of the wolves, and you'll lose sight of the 5 party members who are on the stairs. By the way, Steve and
how
Arthur
many-
are staying inside their rooms.
How many? Yeah. how many of the 10 wolves that arrived have engaged my party so far?
2. There are, only 2 can fit side by
The
side.
other 10. The other 10 are free.
The
are
other
not,
8 are free.
8 are not in combat yet.
Yeah. Sorry, I was talking about the 10 that just arrived. Yeah. There's a total of 3 wolves in combat right now.
And just looking down, if I jumped off the banister, are they on the bottom level as well, filling out there, or would I get if I jumped off the banisters, would I have a moment to cast the spell before?
If you leap over the banister, you're going to land on the stairs, and you're going to land like on or amongst the wolves. I'm not going to let you leap over the banister and cast a spell. Would I? If
well,
it's, yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I'll do. If you want to do it, I'll let you make a paralyze save. And if you succeed at the paralyze save, then you can still cast a spell. If you don't, then you're just too jostled to get the spell off this round. Does that sound fair?
So I'll have 1 round to try and get off a spell. I don't know. I mean, it'll be death if I fail.
And then you'll possibly be subject to the attack from 4 wolves.
Yeah. No, I'll just continue.
Continue loading.
Since they're in Irena, I'll Irena and pull her into a bedroom with me.
Okay, as you do so, bats follow you. They stay with you. Like,
okay.
I'll say about 10 bats go along with you. But you can do that. You can pull her back into the master bedroom, close the door.
So we're just with 10 bats at the moment.
10 bats, yep. Still flying all around the room, mostly interfering with you. They seem to be leaving Arena alone for the most part.
Are they... okay. Action, won't it? Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to then... You do still have an action. You want to continue reloading?
Do something else? No, I'll try and hit one of these bats with... if there are only 10...
Yep, there are 10.
I'll attack one with my...
Go for it. And I'll roll for Arena too. She misses. She hasn't hit.
And I miss.
Okay. Miklos.
Okay, so he's just been bitten. There's blood pooling.
That wolf is still right in front of you.
Yep, there's blood everywhere as he flails about. He is going to drop his flintlock, the one that he's fired, and he's going to draw another weapon. He's going to draw the garrote and try and wrap it around the neck of this wolf as it's gotten bit and pull on the fucker. Okay,
give me an attack roll just to get it around its neck, but if you do, then that's just, unless it can break free, it's just damage every round.
Okay, so that was a natural 20, but with it's a -2 modifier.
Yeah, but it's still going to hit.
18.
Yep, you get kind of on this wolf's back with the garrote around its neck. Or the garrote, if you prefer.
And if possible, maneuver myself so that the wolf, like, it's giving me cover from the other wolves.
Okay.
plan.
You get to do damage too.
Oh, did I get to do damage this round? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I assume you're wrapping around and immediately pulling back. So
Yep, that's the plan. That'll be 6 damage then.
nice. Oh, that kills it. It drops
Excellent.
dead and goes limp underneath you.
Although that just makes it easier to use it as a shield.
Yep. Although the other 10 wolves are on the other side of Edith and Cuthbert from you at the moment as well. So next in initiative is Cuthbert.
So is Edith and Cuthbert are like on the same level of
Yeah,
stairs?
you guys are about halfway down the stairs. You're
And
about
then-
right where. Yeah, you guys are about halfway down the stairs. You're right where Miklos was before he started to move back towards the top of the stairs.
And there's one wolf behind us, or one wolf above us, and 10
Nope.
wolves below
Nope.
us.
The wolves above you are both dead now. So
Okay.
there's just 10 wolves below you, 2 of which are attacking you guys.
So I'm going to I'm just gonna swing my saber at the next
The wolf in front of you?
Yeah. And does a 14 hit?
No. You swing, and it just kind of like it moves in a way that it kind of moves into your blow, so you hit it with the flat of your sword instead of with the blade, and it just kind of knocks your blade aside a little bit. But yep, it's initiative. Then everybody roll. Ooh.
So are the bats just harassing the ones that are up on the landing? Are they like still flattering around
Nope,
like
they're all
everybody who's
around
fighting?
everyone. They're
Oh,
all-
okay. So I can't like, if I move up into the wolves, I won't suddenly be able to cast spells.
Well, you saw Peace try to move away from the bats and drag Arena into the room, and like 10 bats went with her,
Okay. So
and she
The
slammed
bats
the door.
just-
Bam.
the bats just stay put. Because they're dicks. Okay.
Yes, they are.
They can't get through the door.
They're called dick bats, in fact. So
Flying
Because this
dicks
was a
in our
lamentation
faces.
mod
they were going to be
and I
bad
wouldn't be
dicks, but that
surprised.
didn't sound as dangerous. Okay, so there's the initiatives. Great. Now, first are the wolves. They attack one on Cuthbert. Misses. That was terrible. It's a 7. One on Edith. That's going to probably hit a 21
Yes.
for 5 points of damage. Wolf grabs on and bites into your arm. And next then is Ada.
Okay, so I can't cast spells. I can't really. Is there anybody who I can't cast spells? Damn it! And there's like no way to get by anyone and hit any of the wolves, right?
Well, unless you want to do like a leaping over the banister kind of technique. You want to jump down amongst the wolves.
I mean, do I want to? Is a different
That's
question than. I do have some lamp oil. Could I make a little Molotov cocktail thing and throw some down on the wolves?
Yeah, sure you could.
Then that's what I want to do. I want to set some wolves on
attack?
fire. Mhm.
Okay, go for it.
What do you want me to roll?
An attack roll, missile attack.
Missile attack roll. That will be a 13.
Okay. Yep. Boom! It hits the ground and catches a couple of the wolves on fire. Also catches some of the carpeting on fire.
Cool. They're on fire.
Yes, indeed. Okay. And the next in initiative is Torgal.
Yeah, I'm gonna swing at one of these bastard wolves. So that's a 22 to hit for 8 points of damage.
Okay. 22 hit for 8 points of damage. Oh, wait. There are no wolves near you now. You killed your wolf last round after it bit you.
Right. So what do I have to do to get to another one?
You'll have to jump over either Cuthbert or Edith.
All right, second time's the charm. So I'm gonna try that.
You can try to run up, grab her shoulder, and spring over.
Yeah, I mean, these are stairs, right? So I can just like run up like a couple of steps and then just use that.
Sure, you can try. Yep. Go for it. Give me a paralyzed save.
So paralyzed save. Let's see. I rolled a 1, so it doesn't work.
Okay. You land on top of Edith and tackle her to the ground, and you and Edith are both prone. Next is Miklos. Fucking Torgal.
He's so drunk. This is
Not
what
your
happens.
birthday.
Don't drink
This is
and
what
jump
happens
downstairs.
when you eat batshit cake. So I'm gonna say-
Miklos,
You go
it's your
back
turn.
shit crazy.
I cut that part off. It was still good.
So-
it's like mold. It infects the entire thing. You didn't cut shit off of nothing.
So everybody's that's icing on the cake right there. Everybody's playing snakes and ladders on the stairs here. So are they all in front of me now?
Yeah, although Torgal and Edith are prone, so if you want, you can kind of like step onto them or over them and attack the wolves if you like.
Yeah, it's more shooting over them is what I had in
Okay,
mind.
yeah, you can do that.
I can do
However, you will have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting Cuthbert.
that. Okay, I'll like those odds.
Go for it. I'll roll to see which one you're actually shooting at. Okay.
22 to hit.
Bam, you hit one of the wolves. Damage.
No misfire, and damage is 5.
Nice. 5 points of damage to one of the wolves. Good job. You shot the one that is kind of standing right in front of Miklos and Edith. And next in initiative then is Peace.
Peace says, Peace, remembering last time when she was next to Irene, the bats didn't bother her. She says, stick close to me, pulls Irene out and tries to cast a spell, sticking very close to Irene as she casts a spell. Does it work or not?
Give me a paralyze save. No, you know what? Give me a breath weapon save. I think that seems more appropriate for this.
Okay.
Because it's basically an area of attack, these bats flying around. So
15. 15. So yes, I make it.
yes, you can cast a spell.
And there are how many wolves are not affected? Are not in combat yet?
Let's see. There are 8 wolves left, and 6 of them. No, sorry, there are 10 wolves left, and 8 of them are not in combat.
Okay. Out of my mouth come flying, sticky, disgusting strands of goo that shoot forward and shoot down at the bottom of the stairs, past everybody, and fill a 20-foot square area at the bottom of the stairs. So the two front, the wolves that are in combat are not held, but the ones behind are now held by sticky goo for the next web spell. Do
they have a chance to break free of that? Does it say?
It takes them 2d. If they're human strength or have less than 18 strength, it takes them 2d4 rounds. If they've got more than that, it takes them 4 rounds. Or if they're ogre strength or more, they can break through in one. Creatures being with a strength of human can break through in 2d4 turns. 18 is 4 rounds, and creatures more than ogre strength can break through at will.
Okay,
and they're flammable.
Cool.
I don't know if is the fire up already on them?
Yeah, it is on fire already down there. So yeah, the webbing is gonna start to catch fire. The goo is gonna start to burn.
Then, I don't know when you want me to apply that, but it'll just affect all, and then the webbing will be gone.
Yep, I want to roll some damage here. Ooh.
It does D6. It says it does D6 points of fire damage each round for 2 rounds to everything in it.
These ones also took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Nice. 2 of them are pretty badly burned. The other 4 right there. Oh, wait, no, there's actually 6. Sorry, are all slightly burned.
Mm-hmm.
I ran out of spaces. Too many wolves. Cool. Good. Nicely done. Very effective. Next in initiative is Edith.
So Edith's gonna push Torgal.
Yeah.
Get off of
You
me.
can push him and stand up.
Yep. Fight defensively and
Continue
take
fighting.
a swing.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah. 19 to hit.
19 hit does hit. Damage.
10 points of damage.
Whew. He's hurt. He's hurt real bad. This is the same one that was shot earlier by Miklos, so he's very badly hurt. And next in initiative is Cuthbert. Cuthbert, the one standing in front of you, is not hurt. But the one standing right beside it is badly hurt.
Yeah, I wanna swing at the one that's visibly hurt.
Go for it.
And I definitely didn't hit.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, and we get to, this is now the 5th round of combat. Initiatives.
Ooh, 7 for me. Let me put that in the chat. Not that I can do much.
I'm on 3 again.
Okay. And how about you, Tex?
3 again.
Okay, so Ada, you're first. So Ada, if you want to try to cast a spell, I'll do the same thing again, where you just have to make a breath weapon save if you want to try to do it.
Okay, can I reach Miklos from where I'm at right now, or is he too ingrained in the melee?
You can.
Then yeah, Ada's going to.
Miklos is not in the melee, so.
Or yeah, well, either way, seeing that Peace managed to get off a spell, Ada is now determined that she's going to do the exact same thing, and she's going to run up behind Miklos and with her crucifix in one hand, and laying a hand on his shoulder with the other, she's going to attempt to cast Cure Light Wounds.
Cool. Give me your paralyze save.
Okay. So I want to go above, yeah?
Yep. Equal to or above.
Oh, no, I failed.
Okay. You try, and a bat flies right in your mouth.
Fuck. I mean, she doesn't say fuck. Well, yeah, she says fuck.
Right.
Fuck a shit. Goddamn piss balls, motherfucker.
Torgal, you're next.
God damn it, I can't hear anything. What's going on? And I just get to my feet and swing at the next wolf.
Okay, so you push Edith back behind you as you stand up from between her, from underneath her legs, basically, and kind of push your way in front of her, and you can attack the wolf. You've cut her off from the melee.
So I got a 24 to hit for 9 points of damage.
24 to hit for 9 points of damage. You kill the wolf. Describe how you kill it.
So, yelling and screaming about how I can't hear. You damn sorcerers, wolves! You've cursed my hearing. Curse this place! And I bring down my axe and split his skull in two.
Nice. That wolf drops dead. And next is Cuthbert.
Being a little bit frustrated from the last 2 attacks, he's going to press this attack and try to swing at the next wolf.
Yeah, well, the wolf, there's still an unharmed wolf right in front of you.
Yeah, so
So press
22.
attack gives you a +4 to attack and a -2 to your armor class. 22
Yeah, I
hit
didn't
damage.
freaking need it.
It's always the way.
4.
Okay, 4 points of damage to him. And next is Peace.
Peace picks up her scatter gun and starts continuing reloading it, but keeping an eye on the combat that's going on.
Okay, then it is Miklos.
Did you hear me?
I heard you. Yep, you're reloading. So it's Miklos next.
Miklos is going to back up the stairs.
Yeah, the fire's spreading.
Um,
The banister's starting to catch fire. So is the, what do you call it? The nailed down carpeting thing. The runners.
he's going to back up the stairs and drop the wolf that he's been using as a furry shield, and he's going to start to reload.
Okay. Can do that. Next then, Irina swings again and doesn't hit a bat. And Ismark will say, this fire's getting out of hand. Can you do anything to put it out? He's looking at you, Peace. Do you have any of that sorcery that can extinguish this fire?
Possibly, she says.
Well, I suggest
Do
you
you
do
have
it,
any
or else we're going to have to find a window. Sorry, do you have any what?
No, do you have any water?
In the kitchen downstairs. All right, come on, we got to get out of here. I don't like it, but we're gonna die if we don't get out of this house now. And he runs over to the window at the end of the hall, opposite the stairs, and starts hacking at the wooden boards that are nailed across it. And then it's the wolves' turn. So there's only one wolf that's not caught in the webbing, and it is right in front of Cuthbert. So it'll attack Cuthbert and miss. I assume a 12 misses even with your -4 to armor class, does it not? Oh, wait, no, it doesn't.
No, it hits.
It actually hits you. No, sorry, then it hits you
Don't
for
do that.
7 points of damage. And now we can roll initiative again. The other 6 wolves are caught in the flames. They burn for 2 rounds, right? For the webs.
Yeah, 2 rounds.
Okay. So those 8 wolves have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage. Okay. And initiatives. They're wailing in pain though as they're burning. So we got a 3, a 2, a 3, a 3. How about you, Caius? Sorry, 3, a 2, a 3, a 5. What'd you get, Caius?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't hear what you said, just yeah. Caius seems to be having some sound or lag issues. Okay. What about you, Chex? What'd you get?
A 3.
Nope. There goes Caius.
I think it
Chex,
was 3 again, is what he said.
Chex got a 3. Okay.
4, sorry. I've just
No.
4. Okay. Well, the wolf goes first, and it tries again as it's holding on to one of your arms, Cuthbert. It tries to tear at that arm. Oh, it's going to hit again for 4 more points of damage. And then it'll be Edith's turn. So you're cut off from the melee. You heard.
Yeah, I'm
Ismark
gonna
say,
go.
"We gotta get out of here," and you ran over, started chopping at the boards at one of the windows.
Yeah, I'm gonna
pulling
go
one
over and
around.
start helping Ismark open up one of the windows. Did you hear me?
Okay. Yep, I heard you. You run over to help him.
Yep.
So next then is Miklos.
Miklos is still reloading.
Miklos is reloading. Okay. Torgal.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing, so I just keep swinging.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's only a 9 to hit, so I'm pretty sure that
Missed.
misses. It probably digs into the railing of the stairs.
Yep, which are now trickling with flame as the flame is spreading up the banister past you. Torgal. Not Torgal, sorry, that was Torgal. Cuthbert.
So everybody's they're trying to get out of the upstairs window?
Well, they can't run through the fire downstairs. Well, they
Um,
could, I guess, but they don't want to.
Like, would the banister allow me to slide to the bottom of the stairs where the front door is at?
You're going to go slide through fire. The banister is on fire, but you can try to do that.
So you can't go down without and
No.
avoid the fire. At the
Banister's on fire. The runners caught fire. The dead wolves are on fire. The live wolves are on fire, and the entire hallway is starting to catch fire. All the furniture and the carpet and everything else, the paintings on the wall, is starting to go up in flames.
Shit. Yeah. So he definitely starts to retreat back the way that they're going.
There is a wolf still right in front of you, though.
Yeah. I'll.
Going to break away.
You know what? I'll just.
If you want. There's no
attack. Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Shit. Man,
I just want to remind you still have one wolf standing there. And in fact,
So,
it's
yeah,
not
Cuthbert-
but you're not, you can.
Cuthbert. Yeah, definitely. He fucking flings the thing off of his arm, and then retreats back with the rest of the party.
Okay.
To try to get this window open.
Yeah, at this point in time, Edith and Iskmar, yeah, whatever his name was, have a couple of the boards off. But now you realize, as they've got a couple of these boards off, you realize the window's still barred. So you're gonna have to find a way to get those bars off. And next is Peace.
Peace takes the cauldron of stew that was on the landing and throws it on the fire.
Okay. It sizzles. It puts out a little bit of a little area. Some of the fire kind of goes out a little bit on the runners and stuff on the stairs, but the hall is still quite on fire. The banister is still quite on fire.
How badly off are the wolves at the moment?
They're all burnt pretty bad, but the webbing at least is going to be gone now after this round. But yeah, they're all burned pretty bad.
Are they? But they're still alive.
They're still alive, all of them. There are still 9 wolves alive.
Okay, again, and how are the bats affected by the smoke and fire?
That's a good question. The bats are still sticking to it. They're still doing their thing.
Okay, I'm going to try and cast another spell.
Okay, give me your save.
Time, no, this time the bats put me off.
Okay. And next in initiative is going to be Ada.
All right, so everyone's kind of retreating now, and
Yep. The only person still on stairs is Torgal.
okay, and everyone else is like left him there, and so Ada is going to run down and grab him by the back of the collar and start trying to pull him back.
Okay.
Away, since like he can't hear everyone saying "Get back, we gotta get
Good.
away." He's going to
Pull him back up over by the window.
yeah.
Next
And,
round.
yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Could I take a swing at one of the wolves while I'm down there, or is that going to be my action?
Yeah, I'd let you do that.
Okay.
Go for it.
Cool. Cool.
There's one
That
wolf right there.
will be a 21 to hit.
Damage.
8.
Nice.
No,
You hit him good.
the +3 on the mace is not for damage, is it?
No, it does.
Then 11.
Nice. You hit him bad. Okay. And then you drag
Torgal up the stairs.
Torgal physically up the stairs.
I grab my crossbow on the way.
Okay.
I mean, it's a
Next-
very slow drag because my strength is 6.
Next round, the bats fly away. Some of them fly right out between the bars of the window that you just smashed up. So others fly downstairs and fly out. The wolves, the webbing now burnt off of them, turn to run. One of them dies in the flames. The one that Ada just smacked in the head. It doesn't make it all the way down the stairs, and it dies burning and yelping and kind of, how dogs whimper when they're in pain. The other 8 wolves do run away, back out the door, you assume, downstairs. You're not sure. And what are you going to do about this barred window?
Oh, I have a crowbar.
Excellent. I will just keep this short because we're pretty much at the end of time here. I want to do a couple more things yet, but I'll allow you with the crowbar and the fact that there are Arthur and Steve. Anybody do anything about them? Or just leave them in their rooms?
Yeah, get them as well.
Peace goes and gets Arthur and Steve to come out. Come on, we got to get the hell out of here. So I'll say you're able to pry the bars wide enough that you guys can slip through one by one. Does anybody have a rope?
I have a 50-foot rope and a grappling hook.
Perfect. Using that, you'll be able to rappel down the side of the thing. You'll see the wolves kind of running off, some of them smoking a little bit in the distance, running through the streets of Barovia. You'll see the big group of bats flying off back towards Ravenloft Castle. In fact, no, they don't run back through the streets. They actually just go straight, left from the house across the grasses towards the back towards the road and the bridge over there that goes over the river. And you guys all get out of the house okay. Don't take any further damage, but the house is burning like wildfire inside. Fire coming out from all the windows. You see the barricades starting to fall down as they're burning. There's smoke, and the house is not going to survive this fire.
Is the stable connected to the house to where we need to go get the?
Yes.
So seeing the house in this condition, Cuthbert runs to the stable to go get his horse, and it's already saddled up and everything.
What is your lowest ability score?
Strength and dexterity are tied at 9.
Okay, roll a d20, please.
All right, it's a 3.
A 3? Okay,
Yeah.
You're able to get there and throw the doors open before the stable itself has caught fire.
And I grabbed the reins of the mule. Hopefully they're still connected to the cart and everything like that. And grab the reins of my horse, Samuel.
Unfortunately, the animals are not still attached because they were stabled. You don't leave stabled animals just attached to wagons and carts. It's very uncomfortable and difficult for them to sleep. So you can save the animals, but you're not going to be able to save the wagon and cart.
Well, I grabbed my pack off the cart.
Okay.
And I think I had my chest on my saddle and stuff like that, and I grab all my riding gear and throw it on Samuel.
You got a chest on your saddle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't trust
You
these
got a
guys.
couple of chests in the wagon, but yeah.
Just a small, a little coffer.
Cool.
A small.
Your personal belongings. Fair enough.
And I run out with the mules and Samuel.
Okay. Iskmar turns to you guys once you all are down out of the house, and as he's running off to try to rescue the animals, he says, "It's not safe for us out here. We've got to find shelter. We should go to the church."
To the church.
Okay, so you guys run through the streets of Barovia to the north to where the church is. Go up and start pounding on the door because it's barricaded from inside. And it actually takes a minute before you hear No, actually, I tell a lie. When you arrive, the doors open, and quite ajar, in fact. So you do get there, you run inside, and you see the priest lying on the ground, battered. He's bleeding from a head wound. You do not see, what's his name?
Alistair.
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 Ada would run up to the priest.
He's very close to the door. He's just inside the door.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Yep. Sorry, I should have described it better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's right there. You go up to him.
go up to him and
He's breathing.
he's breathing. Okay.
He's just unconscious. Wake him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sputters and coughs a bit and sits up. He says, "Oh." He says, "Take what you want. Take what you want. Just don't hurt me." He puts his hand to his head, pulls it away, looks at the blood, kind of shock. He says, "Don't hurt me again."
Don't hurt you again?
Who are you? Ismark. He says, Irina. He says, Ismark says, "It's okay. They're with us. They're friends." The mansion, he points back, and you can see the smoke kind of rising up against the moonlit sky. He says, "The mansion is lost." He says, "Can we shelter here?" And the priest says, yes, please come in. He says, "Watch out. There were some men here. They may still be here. I don't know what happened."
What men?
Gypsies. They came. They said they needed help. When I opened the door, one of them hit me with something. That's all I remember.
Where's Alistair? Didn't you say Alistair stayed here, Peace?
Yes. Where is our companion Alistair? The priest who stayed with you.
I don't know. Is he not here? He's looking around.
Alistair! Shouts Peace.
You get no response. Your voice booms and echoes around the church.
I turn to Peace, and I say, "Bitte sag Jens noch einmal. What did you say?"
Happy birthday, Torgale.
And as you say that, like my right hand hits my face, and I say, "Oh no, the wine in the cellar."
Ismark says, "Never mind that. At least everyone got out alive."
Well, your father's corpse won't have a proper burial anymore.
Well, I guess he's cremated in his home.
Maybe it's for the best.
Come on, we should see about fortifying this place as best we can. It's still many hours before daylight. And at that point, I think we'll call an end to this session. So thanks for playing. Thanks to anybody else who tagged along and watched or will watch this in the future on the replay. But yeah, good
Thank
game,
you
guys.
for running again.
Please
Yeah.
take note of how much of your money you actually had on your person, and keep in mind the weight, because every pouch counts as an encumbrance point, and a pouch can hold 50 coins.
50.
Well, I didn't have quite that much coin left, but you know,
Just saying. Because anything that you guys had in the chests is lost in the conflagration. So
yeah, that's where I'm gonna have to figure out what was in the chest and what was on
yeah,
my
something to
person.
think about before the next session in 2 weeks' time. So
Well, maybe if we would have left Steve with the fucking.
Right?
Now we have this retainer with no job.
hindsight
all-
is always 20/20.
You're all feeling sorry for yourselves, but poor Steve's just lost his right.
He's just lost his what?
His right.
His right. Yeah. True. All right.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, do we have to keep paying this guy?